envision not only him making your team like Max was able to do, but you start to envision what that could be like if he gets an opportunity throughout the season to throw to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson, and just his ability to slowly but surely throughout the year just continue to build on what he did early in the season when he first got here. We know he's prepared. We know he'll be ready to go, but there is a level, like you say, of he's going to be playing in front of one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL here at Lumen Field today. Great fan base that they have. It's going to be a challenge. We came here a year ago and won, and it took every last minute of that football game to do it. But with Max, he's prepared. He knows what to do. We've got a plan that we think suits Max. Go turn it loose, man. Go rip it around the yard a little bit, and let's see what happens.
What do you like about his arm talent?
I think the best thing I can say about Max's arm talent is he is sudden, he's twitchy, and he's accurate with multiple ways of throwing the football. He can throw with anticipation. He can drive the football. He can throw guys into voids and vacancies, and kind of understanding where the open area is going to be, instead of maybe just some other examples where you see guys need to see people open to throw. Max is going to pull the trigger, and he's going to throw it, and he's going to trust his preparation. He's going to trust the guys catching the football for him. Let's see if we can get him off to a good start with some easy completions and kind of get him into a rhythm, and then I think we've got a chance today to push the ball downfield a few times, and obviously great front, great defense that Seattle has. We're gonna have to block them. We got the plan to do that. Now we got to go execute and get it done.
How well does Max move?
He moves well enough. He moves well enough to protect himself. If the pocket does collapse, he can potentially find us a first down or two, scrambling on a third down. We use the phrase steal one or two a game. And Max has absolutely got that athleticism to do that. But I also think what his maybe you don't notice it as much, because he'll stand in there in that pocket and throw with anticipation and get through progressions. And let's see if we can make a few more eligibles come to life today. Guys like Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson, Jalen Naylor, guys that can complement what Justin does, not only to the coverage, but Justin's route tree that he runs. And I want to see a complete offensive performance, not just Max playing well. I want to see the other 10 guys in the huddle play to a standard to help bring the young guy along in his first start.
Darnold, only 11 sacks, but 14 gives, including 10 interceptions. He, and this is not new to those who watched Vikings football last year, but holy cow, he really likes to stick it down the field, doesn't he?
I mean, he is a explosive thrower. I mean, he can see the explosives. He can push the ball to, deep parts of the field. He can throw the intermediate routes that, with the skill players they have here, can turn into massive gains. I think the key to today for our defense is stopping the run will be critical, because then we could get them into some third and longer situations where maybe we can try to make Sam uncomfortable in the pocket, move him off the spot, and see if we can have some opportunities at the football. Like you said, 14 turnovers this year, but it's hard to count the number of explosives and big-time throws he's made as well.
You guys, it's imperative you get hold of that time of possession, right?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of time of possession, but it's also playing an offensive style that doesn't allow Seattle to hide the football. And what I mean by that is I think our defense, if they're not at the top, it's probably worth checking. I think they've had more rushing attempts on them than maybe any defense in pro football this year. And what you're seeing, it's a combination of the risk reward is just not there anymore for people that know enough of the chaos that Brian Flores and that scheme and our players can cause. So you're seeing limited playbooks, you're seeing downhill runs, you're seeing protect the football and know that there's, in this case, a young quarterback today. We've had a young quarterback playing a lot of the season, but we just haven't seen teams taking the risk that they have throughout, maybe other years we've been here and been a little bit more explosive as a top 5 or 6 passing attack. We have not been that this year, and we felt some repercussion of that. But to me, it's team football. Offense controlling the football, not turning it over, and the defense getting those guys off the field. Special teams playing a huge role in the field position battle as well.
Smith, last one. Smith and Jigba leads the NFL with 8 100-plus yard games. What are some keys to slowing him?
Well, I think you just have to understand he is absolutely a receiver that will line up everywhere. We got to know where he is. To keep the chunks off our tape with this offense, you got to know where he is. You got to know what the plan is for him, much like how people defend Justin Jefferson. Justin lines up everywhere, and we see people will adjust coverages within the down based upon where he's at. We've got to be willing to do that. We've got to be willing to tie all that coverage in with a rush plan to get home. It'll be great to have Jonathan Grenard back, hopefully ripping off that edge a few times on some of these weighty downs and see if we can change the game. You got to come on the road and win like we did a year ago here. You're going to need a few things to happen. You're going to need to be able to control the ball a little bit, but you got to have some spurts of explosiveness on offense, get some momentum going for your team, and then defensively we're going to have to try to find a way to get the ball one or two times today in conjunction with stopping the run and then forcing some of those long yardage D&Ds where maybe we can get more ops to do that. They just have not come our way this year. And then how about a play in the kicking game to flip the momentum? When we've won games this year, you're normally saying Miles Price, even if it's not a touchdown, he's flipping the field. He's doing something to create momentum for the Minnesota Vikings. Would love to see it all today. Most importantly, I know our guys are going to play hard. They're going to compete. And we won less than a year ago here, PA. You were here for it. We remember that feeling well. We got to go earn it against a really good football team today.
That was a heck of a preach, man. I want to take off the tie and put on a helmet. Have a lot of fun today, all right?
You got it, PA. Thank you.
Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm Paul Allen. Vikings and Seahawks coming up next on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My daughter loves to meet her friends at Warrior Sculpt, and my boys, they love to compete on the pickleball courts, and it gets scrappy. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Why do we gather for the holidays? We gather because, in the blur of life, we often take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, our loved ones, and cherishing the simple moments of joy. We gather to choose gratitude. Have a blessed gathering this Thanksgiving from all of us at Shields.
Vikings Seahawks now on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Showtime, baby. You know what's going on. Let's go, Vikings. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get it time.
Minnesota Vikings football is on the air all across the Minnesota Vikings radio network. Vikings football is proudly presented by the following broadcast partners: Vizzy Hard Seltzer, your local Northland Ford dealers, Polaris, and by Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. Vikings football is also brought to you by the following: U.S. Bank, Jacob Leinenkugel's Brewing Company, 3M, and by Lumen.
Touchdown! To the 30, down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds. Ball's loose at the goal line. Touchdown!
Happy Thanksgiving from the Vikings Audio Network. Now let's go live to Lumen Field to 3 guys who like leftovers better than turnovers. Along with former Vikings Pete Persich and Ben Lieber, here with the call of today's game, the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen.
Indeed, big voice guy. Let's give the home team, the Seattle Seahawks, the gizzard. But first, let's go down to Ben Lieber for his player on whom to focus today.
Yeah, listen, Pierre, no doubt we got to talk about Max Brosmer, the undrafted rookie from the University of Minnesota, by way of the University of New Hampshire, where he was a first-team All-American. He led all of FCS in passing yards per game in his final year as a Wildcat. Well, here's the thing, PA and everybody else out there. Today he's facing the alumni of his same Roswell, Georgia high school, Centennial's own Mike McDonald. He's Seattle's head coach and defensive coordinator. He's also 7-1 versus rookie quarterbacks. Beat a rookie last week in Tennessee as well. So the question is, which Centennial Knight will be crowned king today? Is it King Brosmer or King McDonald?
Well, that's beautiful. And we're hoping it's King Brosmer. Max Brosmer will be heading to the field first, assuming everything goes status quo on this kick return by either Ty Felton or Miles Price. That was Ben Lieber. He's Pete Bursich. I'm Paul Allen. Vikings fans, buy any pothole pizza or 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with quick rewards for your chance to score big. One weekly winner wins a $500 gift card. And if the Vikings score a touchdown of more than 50 yards today, one fan wins $5,000. Visit quicktrip.com/sweepstakes for details. Also, McDonald's has teamed with the Vikings to bring you the tastiest season ever. Get a free Big Mac each time the Vikings score 2 touchdowns. $2 minimum purchase required. Taste the victory. The Seattle Seahawks at 8-3 are throwing it back with the uniforms. Throwing it back with the silver pants, blue jerseys, white numbers, old school Brian Bosworth, Joey Galloway, Chris Warren silver helmets with the blue Seahawk head. The Vikings are wearing purple pants, white jerseys, purple numbers, and the patented purple helmets into the game. At 4-7, Seattle head coach Mike McDonald in a record-related oddity. This is his second year coaching the Seattle Seahawks, and Mike McDonald, 12-2 on the road, 6-8 at home. Seattle has allowed just one passer this year to throw for more than 300 yards. That was Baker Mayfield in Week 5, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat Seattle and put up 38 points. So let's see what Max Brosmer can do, and boom! We're underway from the Cappuccino capital of Seattle on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network. Here comes Miles Price near side to the 20, 25, 30 angles inside the numbers and is taken down by a host of home Seattle Seahawks at about the 33-yard line. Max Brosmer, 24 years of age, making his first National Football League start. Now, he's played in a couple of games via mop-up duty, 5 of 8, no touchdowns, no interceptions against the Chargers and Cincinnati. Collegiately, he spent 5 years at New Hampshire, last year with the Golden Gophers, and he had 268 completions, the most in the history of the Gophers. They're going to go out of the pistol formation. Brosmer wears number 12. Hawkinson in motion, handoff Aaron Jones, and he heads right up the middle into the awaiting arms of Ernest Jones, the fourth, 5th year from South Carolina. That's a gain of 4 yards, making it 2nd and 6. Now, when it comes to running against the Seattle Seahawks, they've gone 20 consecutive games not allowing a 100-yard rusher. That is the longest streak in the National Football League. Christian Darrisaw is not playing today, so the Minnesota Vikings will begin with a moving company of Justin Spool at left tackle. Next to him, Blake Brandel, Ryan Kelly, the center, Will Fries, right guard, Brian O'Neill, the right tackle. Miles Price getting some run. He motions to the backfield, 2nd down, swing pass left to Aaron Jones. He turns it up in front of the Vikings bench at the 35, and then he's hit hard by Devin Witherspoon, 3rd year from Illinois. It'll be a short gain, maybe of a yard. First 3rd down to the game, 3rd and about 5, Peter.
And Seattle hasn't really given the deep defensively, look-wise, they haven't really given anything too complicated. They've kept it pretty straightforward, and you kind of expect that, or you didn't know how they were going to react, because they don't have any tape on Brosmer either. They don't know exactly what he's going to do. 3rd and about 7. Might be a blitz right here, so Brosmer may have to get rid of it quickly.
Brosmer out of the shotgun, C.J. Ham to his left. Jalen Naylor sole alone to the left, 3 receivers right. Seattle rushes 4. Max looks down the field, sees nothing, tries to run, but he is sacked. Flag on the play. Flag all the way on the other side of the field, which indicates holding on the Seattle Seahawks defense. So we will nullify the Uchenna Nwosu sack and put a penalty on the Seattle Seahawks. You'll hear from Clete Blakeman here. Clete.
Holding defense number 29. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous snap. First down, Minnesota.
Josh Jobe, one of their starting corners. Clete Blakeman's staff calls the 10th most penalties of all the crews, about 12.5 flags a game. They do call the 3rd most defensive holding and illegal contacts, and it was in play there.
Yeah, it was on Jordan Addison, too. So it on the outside, just a kind of a curl route that he grabbed onto him. So not the best play by Jobe.
1st and 10 from the 42, just underway from Lumen Field. Handoff Aaron Jones. He shakes the tackle in the backfield, then runs into the awaiting arms of Leonard Williams, 11th year from USC. Leonard Williams playing in his 170th game. It's a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
They love to move those guys up front. Coach O'Connell talked about it during the week with the different stunts, and that's exactly what you had on the front side of that play. It was both Nwosu and Leonard Williams pirating inside, and they popped up and were able to make the tackle for almost for a loss.
2nd and 9 from the 43. Max Brosmer out of the shotgun. Justin Jefferson in motion to the left. He's slot left. Outside of him, Jordan Addison. Brosmer looks left, swings back to the right. Caught on the run. Aaron Jones at the 40. Shakes a tackle at the 44. Gets to the 45. Aaron Jones thrust out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Gain of 5. And it's now 3rd and 4.
And for Brosmer, great read. Looked downfield, got to his outlet, and he threw the ball accurately. You know, a swing route, you think it's just getting out there, but he put it right where Aaron Jones could catch it, Paul, and then make a move, make a guy miss. And that adds yards. Now, you multiply that over 15 plays throughout the game, it ends up being quite a bit. So, nice throw by Brosmer.
3rd and 3 from the 49. Brosmer back to pass, and he's sacked. Back at the 38-yard line by Leonard Williams, and the veteran with an 11-yard loss on the sack has 7 on the season, and the Vikings are punting.
Now there's that 4-man pass rush, and you had the stunt on the outside where you had the defensive end, the outside, DeMarcus Lawrence comes underneath, and then Leonard Williams loops around him and made the short turn, and Brosmer tried to step up, Paul, but he just couldn't do it. It happened too quickly.
Ryan Wright punting to Rashid Shaheed, a new Seahawk as of about a month ago. They trade at the deadline with New Orleans. Relatively big rush. Ryan Wright, high spiraling punt. Shaheed calls for a fair catch at the 3-yard line.
Wow.
Rashid Shaheed, fair catch at the 3-yard line. So for Ryan Wright, that is his 18th punt inside the 20, and we pause. On the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard, no score. Here comes the Seahawks offense led by Sam, the man who used to be on the Fan, Sam Darnold. Back shortly. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
When a loved one's memory starts to fade, it's more than forgetting names or dates. It's watching pieces of their life quietly slip away. At the Wellshire Memory Care, it isn't just treatment, it's understanding. The team at Wellshire provides specialized support, dignity, and a safe environment where every moment matters. If your family is facing the challenges of Alzheimer's or dementia, the Wellshire is here to walk that journey with you, with compassion and with care. Visit the Wellshire today at WellshireMN.com, WellshireMN.com.
Mesh, Besher, and Spence. The lawyer you choose makes a difference.
Celebrate the magic of the season at Winter Solstice at Viking Lakes. Beginning November 21st, Winter Solstice is your destination for holiday fun and winter adventure. Experience the enchanting magic of lights. Drive-through experience. Gaze upon the 36-foot holiday tree. Skate the plaza. Cozy up at the warming house, powered by Xfinity. And save the date for the Viking Lakes Ice Festival, returning January 16th. Learn more at wintersolstice.com. That's winter, SKOLSTICE.com.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Offer ends December 1st. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
Vikings fans, meet the MVP of flavor, the Humble Goat. Our cranberry cinnamon goat cheese earned second place in the World Champion Cheese Contest, and our plain goat cheese just scored second at the American Cheese Society Awards. Smooth, creamy, healthy, and perfect for game day and every day. Find the Humble Goat cheese at your local store, and don't forget, Humble Goat protein powder is fueling fans everywhere. Available now on Amazon. World class and Minnesota proud.
This is Vikings football on FM 100.3 KFAN. And get this, now streamed live to Minnesota residents on iHeartRadio.
Look at Sam Darnold, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks in a scoreless game. Welcome back to Seattle. 11-11 to go in the first quarter. And number 11, Jackson Smith-Njigba goes in motion to the right. 1st and 10 from the 3, handoff Kenneth Walker, and he heads to the right side across the 5, tackled by Eric Wilson. He'll get to the 7-yard line, 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, they're pulling Gray Zabel, who they drafted this year. Just a fantastic rookie. He's having a good rookie campaign. A lot of question marks with him coming out of college with the injury, but he has played really well for the Seahawks.
No huddle operation. Darnold, he will hitch, then throw left, and it's caught by Walker. The running back lined up as a wide receiver near the sideline, 15-20, and he gets to the 21-yard line for a 14-yard catch and run and a first down for the 8-3 Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold, 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's lost 4 fumbles, so 14 gives by Sam. He's only been sacked 11 times, fewest in the NFL. His 9.3 yards per attempt, best in the NFL. His 69.5 completion percentage, the best of his career. Last year for the Minnesota Vikings, outside of Week 18, gave the team some great memories with 35 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. First down for the Seahawks. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter, scoreless. Darnold out of the shotgun, goes right back to Kenneth Walker, and he will avoid a Dallas Turner tackle. Head up the middle, grind to the 25, stopped at the 27. It'll be a gain of 5, maybe 6. Second down for Seattle.
And we got an encroachment call against us. It might be Andrew Van Ginkel jumping off sides, so we'll see.
Well, did you see that first pass by Darnold?
Yes.
He looked at Van Ginkel's side.
Offside, defense number 43. It's a 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
He saw Van Ginkel, shook his shoulders to get Van Ginkel to jump, and then threw the pass.
Yeah, they timed it up perfectly. And that's really just a long handoff, getting the ball to running back on the outside, get one-on-one blocks across the board, and you have to defeat him in space. It turns into almost like a kick coverage in special teams. So we'll see. And Jalen Redmond, Paul, playing some defensive end.
Right.
So they're moving him around.
Jonathan Grenard is active, but he's yet to play. 1st and 5 for Seattle from its own 26. Scoreless, 9.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Darnold takes the snap, gives it to Kenneth Walker, heads out to the left side, avoids a Viking at the 25, and then Joshua Metellus takes him down at the 31. Eric Wilson claiming he was held. It'll be a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 1 for the Seattle Seahawks behind an offensive line where I know the analyst loves the left side. Charles Cross, left tackle. This left guard, Gray Zabel, first rounder in the most recent draft, 18th overall from NDSU. He's a Pierre, South Dakota native. You think he's really good, don't you?
He is. He's playing very, very well. And between he and Cross, they're so good in the running game. That's where they really stand out. But Gray Zabel just looks like a veteran out there. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
2nd and 1 from the 30. Kenneth Walker the third, the tailback, play action. Darnold from under center, floats out to the left. Eyes down the field, throws it away, and on charging Dallas Turner, looking for sack 4.5, couldn't get to him. So 3rd and 1 Seattle from its own 30, scoreless in the first quarter.
Great job by Eric Wilson in space. We were blitzing Metellus off the edge, and so it was a long way to go. It's going to take him a little while to get there. But when Darnold started to scramble, Eric Wilson did the plaster bit. He just looked underneath and knew where the outlet was going to go. They're not worried about Darnold scrambling, so they stuck with the coverage.
A.J. Barner, the tight end under center for the Seattle version of the tush push on 3rd and short. Barner calling the signals. He goes plunging and diving and grinding and mashing up the middle. And the lanky tight end will thrust forward for a Seattle Seahawks first down. It's a gain of a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah, A.J. Barner, Paul, is a huge part of this offense. He has 33 receptions, number 2 overall on the team. I mean, Jackson Smith-Njigba is on a record-setting pace right now. But behind him is Barner. I mean, 33 catches, 324 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, he's been utilized in so many different ways in this offense, and he's a pretty good blocker, so a very good all-around tight end.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, slot right, leading the NFL in receiving yards into the week. Kenneth Walker the third in motion to the left, and Darnold will throw out to the right, and it's caught for a first down. For the Seattle Seahawks. Nice little move made there by Cooper Kupp, 9th year Eastern Washington. Made a man miss near the point of attack, gain of 15, and another first down for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a play that Isaiah Rodgers has to make. You give up by 8 yards after a missed tackle, so they're just a little slow, a little late to react, a little late getting lined up, so the defense needs to settle down a little bit.
First down. Darnold out of the shotgun, 4-man rush, throws to the right, incomplete. A.J. Barner, the intended receiver. Blake Cashman, along with Byron Murphy Jr. covering Barner. So we have a play stoppage, 7:29 to go in the first quarter. The Vikings, led by Max Brosmer, they went 3 and out, and he was sacked, but they got a first down on a defensive holding. Then they went 3 and out, punted, and Seattle's held the ball ever since. The reason we bring it up is time of possession has been a nemesis for the Minnesota Vikings during this 3-game losing streak. Seattle's held the ball for a fair amount of the first quarter. Cooper Kupp in motion to the right, back to the left, second down out of the shotgun. Kenneth Walker the third gets the call. Here's Eric Wilson surging into the backfield to capture him for a loss of 2 for Eric Wilson. That'll be his team-leading 11th tackle for loss. Now it's 3rd and 12 for Seattle from its own 43.
And Paul, like a bit of a sneaky story, believe it or not, being in Seattle in November is the sun, because you go back a play, A.J. Barner, I think, lost the ball in the sun, and Byron Murphy Jr. almost had a pick 6. So they're going to have to deal with the sun if they try to get to the outside, especially to the right side of this field.
3rd and 11, Jonathan Grenard's in. Outside of him, Harrison Smith. Darnold takes the snap. Here's Grenard. He got held. Throw the flag. And Sam Darnold is sacked. Yes, he is. Take him down, Eric Wilson. And they drive him all the way back to the 26-yard line. 18-yard loss for Sam, the man who used to be on the Fan. That's the 12th time he's been sacked this year. And the Aussie Michael Dixon is in to punt.
What an incredible get-off by Jonathan Grenard, Paul. He had the tackle beat. He had Abraham Lucas beat from the get-go. And it was Harrison Smith who was looping in and around him, ended up missing the sack, and Eric Wilson coming up big. So huge pressure, but it started with Jonathan Grenard.
Miles Price looking right into the sun for this Dixon punt. He's shading his eyes as the right-footed punt. Not the greatest. Going to take a bounce at about the 27. Price lets it roll inside the 20. Price lets it roll inside to the 15. And a touchdown at the 13-yard line. Beautiful punt by the Aussie Michael Dixon. His 13th this season inside the 20. On the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard, Max Brosmer take 2 in a scoreless game. 5:47 to go in the first quarter on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger Side-by-Sides, Indy Snowmobiles, and Bennington Pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Minnesota Wild Edmonton Oilers, Tuesday at 8 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back to sunny Seattle as the offense takes the ball right now. I want to go back to the defensive side. I was told by Vikings rep that Jonathan Grenard is healthy as he works back from that shoulder injury. You saw that last speed rush that caused that sack. He's going to be used more situationally today versus a full-time starter. And then again, as the offense takes the field, guys, the one concerning thing is we had 2 third downs in the last series. Brosmer was hit twice, sacked once off a 4-man rush. No blitzing by the Seattle defense so far.
And Brosmer, the U.S. Bank player to watch, goes back to pass, screen left, Aaron Jones, nice one. Gets to the 10, 15, 20, and about the 25-yard line, Aaron Jones will gallop for a first down, and it'll be a reception of 13 yards. Aaron Jones has more than 10,000 scrimmage yards in his career, and it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 26. We're scoreless.
Now that's what you do when you get in the pass rush, right? Draws and screens, and great job by Justin School and Blake Brandel to get on the outside and get up on the linebackers and safeties and allow Aaron Jones to get the first down.
Offset eye left behind Brosmer. Josh Oliver right next to Justin School on first down. They go back to Jones. He tries the right, didn't like it, so he adroitly will dart to the left to make something out of nothing. It'll be a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. A lot of Aaron Jones early in this game.
Yeah, sneaky blitz up the middle by Drake Thomas, the linebacker from Seattle. He met C.J. Ham in the backfield, so they're timing things up properly as they bring the nickel and dime crew back in. So, and Drake Thomas, good, is 3 sacks this year, so they use him quite a bit when they want to get after the quarterback.
And he leads the Seahawks in tackles for loss. 2nd and 9 from the Vikings 27. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Scoreless. Max Brosner, rookie gopher, out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, takes the handoff to Jones. He's going to throw left. Off the hands of Jordan Addison at the 45. Incomplete. That has to be caught. That has to be caught. 3rd and 9.
I agree with you 100%, Paul. They're getting man-to-man, and it was a great move by Jordan Addison to get himself back inside. And Paul, he catches his football, make a guy miss, and he's going for the touchdown. So right out, it's the second time in like the last couple of weeks that we've seen a ball just off the fingertips of Jordan Addison. That's a huge opportunity. Now you're 3rd and long. You're playing into their strength.
Minnesota 0 of 1 on 3rd down. Brosmer shotgun, 3rd and 9 from his own 27. Walks up behind center Ryan Kelly. C.J. Ham takes a step forward. Brosmer claps for the ball. Boye Mafe on a fast rush. Pass right. Caught Jordan Addison at the 31. Lunges to the 33 for a gain of 6. But they'll be short of the first down. And Ryan Wright back into punt to Rashid Shaheed.
Hey, Paul, with the Viking fans and with the frustration with the quarterback position, you know, you sit there and you see that 2nd down play to Jordan Addison, a ball that could have been caught, should have been caught, right? You make those plays and your quarterbacks are going to play better. So everybody has to elevate their game. It's not just the quarterback. And when you have those opportunities, you got to make them.
Ryan Wright with 18 inside the 20. Rashid Shaheed, 2 punt return touchdowns with New Orleans. To his credit, and there's a nice punt by Wright, driving Shaheed back to the 7 near side. He heads to the right to the 10, and a couple of Vikings bring him down at the 13-yard line, and led by Bo Richter. Bo Richter flying down like he was a gunner. We pause. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Scoreless. 8-3 Seattle, 4-7 Vikings from Lumen Field. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My wife really enjoys the Pilates classes, and I like a good interval workout on the treadmill. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more. Families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
Hey Vikings fans, I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Vikes fans, you know the drill. Game day isn't game day without the right lineup off the field. That's why I roll with Top 10 Liquors, the preferred liquor store of the Minnesota Vikings. Whether it's beer for the tailgate, bourbon for a celebratory pour, or even the latest seltzers, Top 10's got your game day covered. With 15 convenient metro locations, there's always a Top 10 nearby. Stock up today and make sure your next watch party feels like a win. Top 10 Liquors, more than a liquor store.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and take Metro Transit to the game. North Star will service all games with Metro blue and green lines and multiple bus routes to carry you the final yard, straight to the gates of US Bank Stadium. No need to worry about parking or downtown traffic. Make your round trip easy with the all-day pass. No standing in line for a ticket after the game. Find your game plan at metrotransit.org/Vikings.
Vikings football on FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. A big turnover late for the Rams offense. They had 3 turnovers today, and Bryce Young had 3 touchdowns. Panthers beat the Rams 31-28. Now back to PA.
Right on, Musk. Those Carolina Panthers, big win today. They won at Lambeau Field earlier this season. Dave Canales doing good work. Sam Darnold, 1st and 10. Last time he touched the ball, he was sacked. He's going to hand it to Kenneth Walker III. Jalen Redmond handling the horizontal beautifully. He'll knock him out of bounds after a gain of 2 yards, and it'll be right around 2nd and 8 from the 15. 3:10 and counting to go in the first quarter. Scoreless.
Yeah, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think, is without a target so far, so you know they can't go much longer without trying to take a shot deep, and that's what they do here. I mean, Darnold's 9.1 yards per attempt, leading the 9.4, leading the NFL. They're going to go vertical here pretty soon.
Jonathan Bernard in opposite right tackle Abraham Lucas. 2nd and 9. Walker III in motion to the right. Darnold throws over the middle to Cooper Kupp, incomplete. So now it's a 3rd and long again. 3rd and 9 from the 15. We're scoreless with Jackson Smith and Jigba in the Kevin O'Connell pregame interview. For those who heard it, he drew a comparison to the best way to stop Jackson Smith and Jigba is to cover him the way Justin Jefferson gets covered, where you got doubles and triples and brackets. Kind of reminded me of like, hey, let's try to take Michael Jordan out of the game and see what Pippen, Grant, Kerr, and Paxson and the rest of the guys can do. So far scoreless. Smith and Jigba in motion to the right. He's catchless. Darnold on 3rd down. Here's a big blitz up the middle. He's forced to run out to the left, and Sam throws it out of bounds. Sam hoisted the white flag, and they're punting again.
Yeah, we've been getting pressure from the right side of the Seattle Seahawks offense. That's Abraham Lucas, Anthony Bradford, Oluwatimi. I mean, those guys are just not handling the stunts, and we're doing a fabulous job getting off the football, whether it's Grenard or Eric Wilson. I mean, we're getting pressure on Darnold quickly.
Michael Dixon with his toes on the goal line takes the snap from Chris Stoll. High punt, not that deep. Miles Price, eyes into the sun, bobbles it, but brings in the fair catch at the 37-yard line. There's a flag on the play. It was 4th and 9.
Is it going to be against us?
It was 4th and 9, so we'll see what Cleve Blakeman has to say about this infraction.
Hopefully after the kick.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 98, to 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. 1st down, Minnesota.
Bo Richter.
Yeah, again, those are the kind of penalties, Paul, that in a game like this, when you have a young quarterback, you can't be going backwards.
Scoreless in Seattle, 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Brosmer and the Vikings have the ball. When we return to the KFA and Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
She's Jan, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Hi, I'm Amy Hockert with Fox 9. Have you downloaded Fox Local yet? Fox Local is how you stream Fox 9 on your TV or your phone for free. You can watch all of our newscasts.
Wake up with Fox 9.
Original programming.
Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace.
And all your Gopher and Viking shows.
And welcome back to Vikings Game Day Live.
So download Fox Local on your TV or your phone and stay connected to Fox 9 with Fox Local for free.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
Wolves back.
Fire at the buzzer and hit it!
Hear the howl live tonight on the Minnesota Timberwolves channel on the free iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, baby!
Fans meet Pays, a convenient new online checkout offered by bank and credit unions. Learn more at Pays.com. Scoreless, 2:28 to go in the first quarter. Max Brosmer, 4 of 5, 25 yards. Sacked for the first time in his young NFL career by Leonard Williams. He'll go under center. Ryan Kelly is the center. The tailback is Jordan Mason getting his first look. Play action. Brosmer. They picked up a blitz. Throws to the right, incomplete. Looking for Jordan Addison, who was open at the 45. And the nearest potential recipient, Kobe Bryant, fourth-year safety from Cincinnati, 2nd and 10.
Dare I say he got that ball out too quickly? Brosmer read the blitz, got to the top of his drop, looked at his primary in the middle of the field, and then went, and the ball was already in the air, and Jordan Addison hadn't even turned around yet by that time. So, if anything, Brosmer read that thing and read it correctly too quickly.
2nd and 10 from the Vikings 27, first quarter scoreless from the shotgun. It's a read option and a handoff to Jordan Mason to the right side. He's encountered at the point of attack, and he will plunge forward to the 29 for a gain of 2. So that'll make it 3rd and 8. The Vikings are 0 of 2 on 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this is a physical defensive front. Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, they don't rotate their big guys very much. So if you can find a way to keep this defense on the field, you can maybe make some hay later in the game. But right now, they're winning the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Naylor, last couple of games, 2 targets, 1 reception, 16 yards. He's wide left. Justin Jefferson, he's in the mix to the left. Make that to the right. Jordan Addison in motion to the left, 3rd down. Brosmer facing a blitz. He's going to throw left, incomplete. Might have got rid of that one too quickly like the previous one. Addison was open again.
Yeah.
It would have been a first down, but Ryan Wright's in to punt for a 3rd time. What are you seeing with Brosmer?
Well, that's the encouraging thing, Paul, is he's going to the right spot just a little bit too quickly. That throw was a little bit high, and I don't think Addison even would have had a shot at it, but he's seeing it clearly. Right? That's what I like. And he's processing things quickly. So, if anything, he just needs to, dare I say, slow down in the pocket a little bit.
Ryan Wright with 2 punts, both inside the 20, averaging 58 yards per. This is another nice one. Rashid Shaheed driven back to his own 16, and here he comes. Gets to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and he's banged out of bounds at about the 32, 33-yard line. It'll be a return of 16, maybe 17 yards for the former Saint. Nice move by the Seattle Seahawks, making that Rashid Shaheed deal. They have a wide receiver named Torrey Horton they like a lot, but he's on IR. So they traded for Shaheed. I was chatting with Ryan Wright near the end of Friday's practice about punt returners, and he says Marcus Jones, for his taste, Marcus Jones from New England and Rashid Shaheed, absolutely the best two that he's ever seen.
Yeah, Shaheed's doing a great job, and it's a good, like you said, it's a perfectly good get because so much field positions exchanged on punt return.
Sam Darnold, 2 of 6, 27 yards. He's under center. We're scoreless. First down from the 32. Darnold, short drop. Looks right, sees nothing. Looks left, sees less. Here comes Cashman all over him. So now he's going to chuck it up down the field. Incomplete. Looking for Cooper Kupp at the Vikings 36-yard line. It's an incomplete pass. It's 2nd and 10 as Darnold gingerly runs back to the huddle. But again, a non-target for Jackson Smith and Jigba. This is a guy into the game who has 7 touchdowns, 1,313 receiving yards, tops in the NFL, 12.3 yards per target, tops in the NFL. He has 21 receptions of 20 yards or more, first in the NFL. First-round pick from 2023 is getting bracketed. Maybe he's getting frustrated. 2nd and 10 from the Seattle 32. Deep in the first quarter, we're scoreless. Smith and Jigba in motion to the left. Out of the shotgun, it's going to be a gun run and a handoff to the right side to Kenneth Walker III for a gain of 4. So that'll make it 3rd down with about a minute to go in the first quarter. Still no Zach Charbonnet for the Seattle Seahawks, who are 1 of 3 on 3rd down.
Yeah, and then they have Myles Gaskin and a couple of, you have another bunch of running backs that were activated. I think Zach Charbonnet, he'll get in, I think, later in the game, but you watch Kenneth Walker, so patient, right? He just lets everything kind of develop in front of him. Having really a good year. He's almost to 700 yards already rushing.
Seattle 1 of 3 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 6 from its own 36. Darnold back to pass, steps up in the pocket, hit as he throws, fires over the middle, first down, cold-blooded. It's A.J. Barner who caught it at the 47-yard line, and that's going to be good for 11 yards and a Seattle first down. Nearing the end of the first quarter. Quickly, let's go to Ben Lieber for an update on Sam Darnold.
Yeah, you guys mentioned that he looked a little gimpy out there in this drive. I noticed on the last drive when we had that 3rd down play, that 3rd and 9, and he was pressured out to the sideline. At the end of the play, he sort of gingerly walked back to their sideline. So not sure if he's dealing with an injury, but it sure looks like it right now.
Well, the training staff is looking at him as he leaves the field. That's the end of the first quarter. Scoreless in Seattle from Lumen Field. Back shortly on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris. It's time to score a touchdown with the best deck you'll ever have, and it's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is #1 in premium decking. There are myriad reasons why. One is they're the leaders in design, so let them ship you free samples at no charge. Choose up to 4 decking samples to see which realistic wood styles are best for you. Start at TimberTech.com. Behold, it's TimberTech.com.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Celebrate the magic of the season at Winter Solstice at Viking Lakes. Beginning November 21st, Winter Solstice is your destination for holiday fun and winter adventure. Experience the enchanting magic of lights, drive-through experience, gaze upon the 36-foot holiday tree, skate the plaza, cozy up at the warming house, powered by Xfinity, and save the date for the Viking Lakes Ice Festival, returning January 16th. Learn more at wintersolstice.com. That's winter, SKOLSTICE.com.
Officer, could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Offer ends December 1st. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
Why do we gather for the holidays? We gather because, in the blur of life, we often take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, our loved ones, and cherishing the simple moments of joy. We gather to choose gratitude. Have a blessed gathering this Thanksgiving from all of us at Shields.
I'm Jordan Addison, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN. Back to Vikings football.
Scoreless into the second quarter. Seattle ball. Welcome back to Lumen Field. Play like a Viking at Mystic Lake, your game day headquarters. Learn more at mysticlake.com. Ben Lieber on the sideline. Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, Sam Darnold, 1st and 10 from his own 47. He's going out of the shotgun. He's been sacked one time. It was by Eric Wilson. Couple in the backfield with Darnold. Rookie tight end Elijah Arroyo in motion to the left. Darnold back to pass. Looks right. Swings it over the middle. Caught by Cooper Kupp at the 50. And the lanky veteran Cooper Kupp reaches out to the 47-yard line. 6-yard quick hitter. 2nd and 4.
Yeah, great job by Byron Murphy just covering Jackson Smith and Jigba and playing the route. I mean, and Jigba, to his credit, has really increased his route tree, meaning he's not just a slant runner and a hitch runner. He does the double moves and everything very, very well. And Byron Murphy just took away that quick slant and made Darnold turn the other way and go to Cooper Kupp. So great play.
2nd down, Smith and Jigba stands a target or catch wide left opposite Byron Murphy Jr. Darnold out of the shotgun, 4-man rush. He's hit again! He's sacked again! And the ball came out! Dive on it, Vikings! Come on! The ball is bouncing about at the 45. Seattle recovered it back at the 45-yard line. That a 45 of Seattle. So that's going to be a loss of 8 yards. That is Darnold's 6th fumble this year. He's lost 4. He had no idea where Dallas Turner was coming from.
Absolutely not. And Levi Drake Rodriguez almost fell on it. What a play by Cooper Kupp, Paul. He was 10 yards down the field, saw Darnold get in trouble, and sprinted back and was able to recover the fumble. Wow, what a hustle play.
3rd and 11, Seattle 2 of 4 on 3rd down. A.J. Barner, 2nd-year tight end from Michigan, in motion to the right. On the 3rd and 11 from the Seattle 46, Darnold out of the shotgun, blitz up the middle, pass left, caught. First down, Seattle. There was a missed Vikings tackle at the 40, and now the receiver gets to the 35-yard line, so it ends up being a chunk play for the Seattle Seahawks. And on the reception for the Seattle Seahawks, I believe it was Cody White, 17-yard reception. That's his 2nd catch this year. The other was a 60-yard touchdown, and that should have been a markedly shorter gain. Good for White for driving Vikings down to the 33.
Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers, again, another missed tackle. He had one earlier, but you do all that work to get him to 3rd and long. You can't let him off the hook like that.
Darnold with a fastball, by the way, on that 3rd down hit. A.J. Barner in motion to the right, to the inside of Cooper Kupp. 1st down, handoff, Zach Charbonnet. A run blitzing Isaiah Rodgers missed a tackle in the backfield, and Charbonnet has left the Vikings punch drunk. He gets to the 30, stopped at the 27-yard line. 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4. It should have been a loss of 3.
Yeah, another missed tackle by Isaiah Rodgers, blitzing off the edge. Like I said, we blitz corners more than any team I've seen, and I don't know if it's just a green light or a formational thing, as Isaiah Rodgers is coming out of the game.
And Jay Ward comes in. Rodgers out of the game. No apparent injury. Jay Ward in playing corner. Wow, he's opposite Jackson Smith and Jigba. 2nd and 3, Seattle scoreless 2nd quarter. Toss right. Zach Charbonnet turns it up at the 25. Byron Murphy Jr. encounters him near the point of attack, but Charbonnet will forge ahead for a gain of 6, 3rd year from UCLA, and another 1st down for the favored Seahawks in a scoreless game with 11 and a half minutes to go in the 1st half.
And Paul, you can see that if it got down to Seattle having to throw the football, we can hang with them. We've been doing it the whole game thus far. It's just when we start missing tackles and letting them run the football. These guys run the ball more than any other team in the NFL.
Wow.
So they might just get back to it here, especially as they get into the red zone.
First down, they're in the red zone from the 20. Jalen Redmond wraps him up around his sternum and throws him down. It is a gain of a yard as Isaiah Rodgers assumed timeout has come to a conclusion. He's back into the game. Jay Ward leaves. 2nd and 8 from the 18. Seattle, for all the points it puts up, the 8-3 record, a little shoddy in the red zone the last 3 games. 5 of 12 inside the 20 the last. Make it 3rd and 3. Seattle 3 of 5 on 3rd down. 10-10 and counting to go in the first half, and we still have no score as the Seattle Seahawks rush to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers left. Tight end Barner to the right. Darnold out of the shotgun. He looks at the Brian Flores defense that gave him headaches in training camp 2 years ago. Claps for the ball from his center, and he gets it. And the handoff goes to Charbonnet. He runs up the middle for the first down across the 10, and he plunges to the 8-yard line. It is a 5-yard run by Zach Charbonnet. 1st and goal, Seattle.
And that's exactly what this offense does. I mean, Kenneth Walker was out there a vast majority of the time, and now all of a sudden Charbonnet's getting his play. So they're checking in some bigger people. They got the extra tight ends, Barner back in,
extra offensive lineman Josh Jones,
Robbie Oots coming in. So they're getting big, but be careful, be careful. You still got Njigba out there.
The extra offensive lineman is to the right of Lucas, the right tackle. 1st and goal, straight eye behind Darnold, who's under center. Sam takes the snap, goes to Charbonnet. He goes to the left side, and a fired-up Dallas Turner jumps him from behind at the 8. No gain. 2nd and goal from the 8. Dallas Turner, he's playing his tail off.
Yeah, he is, Paul. The sack and forced fumble earlier, getting pressure on the quarterback. He's really responded. With the first-round draft pick, you have such high expectations. He's such a good athlete, but he's finally, I think, settling in and getting a really good feel for this outside linebacker position, which he did not play in college.
Golden Gophers rookie tight end Nick Callerup's in the game. No catches today. No catches this season. He's on the left side. Smith and Jigba in motion to the left. 2nd and goal from the 8. Handoff Charbonnet. Assaulted in the backfield by Eric Wilson. Eric has sacked Sam Darnold. Now he gets his 2nd TFL of the game. That's a loss of 3. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line for Seattle.
And Seattle pulled the right guard, Anthony Bradford, and he's the kick-out guy. And Eric Wilson just ran right by him. I don't know if Bradford closed his eyes or what, but he tried to put his shoulder on him. Wilson just gets right around him and gets the TFL. So beautiful job on the outside by Eric Wilson.
Wilson leads the team with 6 tackles. He has a sack and 2 tackles for loss. 3rd and goal from the 10. Darnold, shotgun, 4-man rush, straight drop. Sam bouncing around. He's sacked again! Take him down, Gink! Andrew Van Ginkel with his 4th sack this season. That's a loss of 5, and Jason Myers is in to try a field goal.
And Paul, they had Jackson Smith and Jigba open in the end zone on a dig, and just could not get the football out. They tried to block him with the tight end and the running back. What a brilliant move. What a great feel for the pass rush by Van Ginkel. He just spun that thing back inside when he saw the double team. Fabulous job.
It'll be a 33-yard drive between the hash marks for Jason Myers, who is 24 of 29 on field goals this year. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the heavily favored Seattle Seahawks have taken a 3-0 lead over the Minnesota Vikings on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard with 7:10 to go in the first half. From Lumen Field, this is Minnesota Vikings football.
Paul Sutton Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strib Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strib Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stribvarsity.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
Paul Sutton Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
Your home for all things purple.
Yes!
FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Well, bad news is the Seattle Seahawks have taken the lead 3-0 with 7:10 to go in the first half. The good news, it took Seattle 15 plays and 53 yards, 9 minutes, 16 seconds on that possession. They just got a field goal. The better news, Sam Darnold sacked only 11 times this season into the game. That's the lowest in the NFL. He's been sacked 3 times already. Boom! There's the kick, and here comes Miles Price from the 2-yard line far side to the 5, 10, 15, 20. Toe taps the sideline at the 25. Miles Price will get himself out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And Sam Darnold sacked 3 times so far, Pete.
Yeah, he's been frustrated. 5 of 11, only 70 yards, 74 rating, and the main thing too is just we know he wants to go to Njigba, Paul, and he just hasn't been able to yet. They had him open in the end zone, but he was sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. So the pass rush is showing up at the right place at exactly the right time. We just have to find a way offensively to get some points on the board and put a little pressure on that offense.
Second time this year, Darnold's been sacked 3 times in a game. The other was against Arizona. First down for Max Brosmer from his own 29. Jalen Naylor in short motion to the left. Brosmer on a straight drop. Runs away from the pressure. Dump left. Nice play. Caught outside the numbers. Hawkinson, 30, 35, 40 first down in front of the Seahawks bench. T.J. Hawkinson with some juice to the 42. It's a connection of 13 and a first down.
Yeah, great job by Brosmer just keeping the play alive. There was a blitz on the far side of the field, and he just extended the play away from it, right? And just got out there. Great job by T.J. Hawkinson to find that little spot, that opening, and able to catch and turn it up. So far, so good. We haven't seen Jefferson be targeted yet, so we have to be 18's got to get in this mix soon.
Jordan Mason out, Aaron Jones in. First down from the Vikings 42. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Naylor in motion. Seattle rushes 4. Brosmer steps away from it. Sprints right. Throws behind Jefferson. Incomplete. It hit Jefferson's hands. It was an errant pass. Nevertheless, an incomplete pass. Kobe Bryant, 4th-year safety from Cincinnati on the coverage as Justin kind of lazily runs back to the huddle at 2nd and 10.
Well, and Jefferson doing a great job seeing the zone, knowing Max is scrambling and just kind of drift and trying to stay open, throwing a little bit behind him. Luckily, that wasn't intercepted. That was a dangerous tip.
Jordan Addison wide right, Jefferson left, 3 receivers left, make it 2. Hawkinson in motion to the right to become slot right. 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 42. Second quarter, Minnesota down 3-0. Brosmer with a bolt bullet over the middle, caught by Jordan Addison in front of Reek Woolen, the lanky corner. Caught it at the 47 for a quick hitting gain of 5. So now it's 3rd and 5 from the Vikings 47, and Minnesota is 0 of 3 on 3rd down.
Well, I'm very impressed at how quickly Brosmer is processing what's going on. Seattle's throwing, that was man-to-man. They threw a blitz at him. He's getting rid of the football. He's reading what's out there and getting rid of the football very quickly.
3rd and 5. Brosmer back to pass. Looks left, sees nothing. Floats out to the right. Throws down the field to Jefferson. Incomplete. No flags. Justin in very, very tight quarters with a couple of Seahawks. Most significantly, rookie Nick Emanwari, a second-round rookie from South Carolina. Ball went bounding off Jefferson, but the pass was a little inaccurate, so Ryan Wright's in for his 4th punt.
Yeah, Seattle throwing more man-to-man at us, so that's a little bit of a mix. And, not a terrible decision by Brosmer. It's down the field. It's 3rd down. You might as well get it down there. It's almost like a punt, so not horrible. But Seattle, playing a lot more man-to-man today than we've seen them.
Ryan Wright set to boom it with his 4th punt. He's going to go end over end with this production. Rashid Shaheed on the run. He called for a fair catch back at the 10. Caught it at about the 22-yard line. And with 5:26 to go in the first half, Seattle leads Minnesota 3-0, and we pause on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. 3-0 home team. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
Imagine being the wizard of your home. With Xfinity Wi-Fi, you can boostify speeds for the moments that count and magically pause Wi-Fi to any device. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill the same for 5 years with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Equipment included, no contracts or commitments. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for Good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply, select plans only.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair helps the world move, improve, and enjoy water, life's most essential resource. From great-tasting water for homes and businesses, to energy-efficient pumping solutions and everywhere in between, Pentair is focused on driving innovation that helps people and the planet thrive. Visit Pentair.com to learn how. Pentair, the official sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
Viking speculation all week long on Minnesota's home for football. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back to the game. The Seattle Seahawks taking over right now on their own 22-yard line. And guys, our defense is playing very, very well. The issue is poor tackling, not only by Isaiah Rodgers, but everybody. Once the ball carrier gets past the line of scrimmage, we're having a hard time bringing them down. If we shore that up, we're doing an outstanding job holding them to 3.2 yards per rush. And you guys already talked about, we already have 3 sacks on Sam Darnold.
On first down, Darnold sacked again! Make it 4, Ben Lieber, and the ball came out. Sam fumbled again. Vikings football for Sam Darnold, his 15th give this season, and the Minnesota Vikings have taken the ball from Seattle. It'll be first down from the Seattle 13.
Well, we're getting pressure on Darnold so quickly, and it was Dallas Turner again with the sack and forced fumble, faking the stunt underneath the tackle, and then looping himself back outside. So what a beautiful move by Dallas Turner to get in there and then have the wherewithal to knock that football down, get it out, and Jalen Redmond recovers it. So now the Vikings offense offense with an unbelievable opportunity to turn this thing around, Paul. Again, our defensive front is just owning this right side of the Seattle offensive line.
Sam has been sacked 4 times for the first time this season. Come on, Max Brosmer. 1st and 10 from the Seattle 13. Handoff Aaron Jones. He tries to scoot around the left side, and he was slowed at the point of attack by Drake Thomas, 3rd year from North Carolina State. It'll be no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 13. Seattle goes to -8 in the take-give. That was their 21st giveaway this year, which is tied for the most in the NFL with the Vikings, who have gone to -11 in the take-give, and that was just their 3rd takeaway in basically the last 8.5 games. 2nd and 9 from the Seattle 12. 4:45 and counting to go in the first half. Seattle leads 3-0. Brosmer back to pass, looks left. Now he's going to run a screen to Hawkinson right, and TJ makes a man miss at the 15, tries to leap over another at the 10, and he's toppled at the 9-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2, maybe 3. So it's third down and right around 8 for the Vikings after the turnover.
Yeah, and the Vikings can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. So right here, you just don't want to go backwards, Paul, and you want the ball at the end of this play. So keep it a quick read for Brosmer. And again, he's, I think, handling everything very, very well.
Minnesota 0-4 on 3rd down. It's 3rd and 6 from the 9-yard line. Brosmer out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Aaron Jones to his right. Takes the snap. Seattle rushes forward. Brosmer with a bullet left side. And it's caught at the 4-yard line. Shy of the first down. It was caught by Jordan Addison. And Josh Jobe, 4th year from Alabama, corralled him. It'll be a gain of about 5 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 1, trailing 3-0. Kevin O'Connell keeps the offense in the game. Minnesota 8 of 15 on 4th down this year. Seattle has faced 31 4th downs this year, and they've given up a first down 18 times. 3:25 and counting to go in the first half. 4th and 1, Minnesota from the 4-yard line. Brosmer breaks the huddle. He'll go under center. C.J. Ham and Aaron Jones in the backfield. It's 4th and 1. Snap. Brosmer rolls out to the right. He's in trouble. He's going to throw the ball up, and it's picked off. Awful decision by Max Brosmer, and this is going to be a defensive touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks. It's Ernest Jones, the 4th, with the first touchdown of his career, and Seattle has taken a 9-0 lead. Max Brosmer falling to the field, decided to underhand it to absolutely nobody except Ernest Jones, and he's going to go the distance for the first touchdown of the game. Seattle has taken a 9-0 lead. It'll be a pick 6 of right around 85 yards.
Yeah, Ernest Jones, that's his 4th reception this year. And it was DeMarcus Lawrence, Paul, who read that play beautifully, didn't bite on the play fake, and was able to put pressure. And for Brosmer, I mean, a rookie quarterback made a bad decision right there. Just get rid of the football, man.
Jason Myers for the extra point. 36 of 36 this year. Snap spot. Myers nails it. And after the 84-yard pick 6 by Ernest Jones, the 4th, Seattle has captured a 10-0 lead with 2:59 to go in the first half on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
She's Jan, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Every team needs a top pick, and every home does too. That's why pros and homeowners choose Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Built to last through every season, Anderson makes it easy with windows and doors that perform as great as they look. So whether it's scoring style points or tackling tough weather, you can trust your home to Anderson, the official window and door partner of the Minnesota Vikings. 2024 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors, builders, architects, and homeowners. For warranty info, visit AndersonWindows.com.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every $1 you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here. Vikings Seahawks now. And we thought last week was bad. Power Trip Morning Show returns tomorrow, 5:30 to 9, right here on this lovely station, The Fan.
Scoreboard Central
is brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery. You can play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Scoreless in Pittsburgh. Bills and Steelers 0-0. Chargers and Herbert throws a touchdown. They're up over the Raiders 7-0 right now. And then earlier today, the 49ers get a win over the Browns 26-8. Purdy back and throws a touchdown in that particular game. And maybe the most exciting game that we had here earlier today, the Panthers pull out the win over the Rams, 31-28. Now back to PA.
Appreciate you, Must. 10-0, Pete. Yeah, that was just a well-played play by the Seahawks defense. DeMarcus Lawrence read that thing beautifully. Brosmer had absolutely nowhere to go with that football. 4th down. I mean, you could just throw that thing away. Man, that's just a tough play. A tough spot for that young quarterback.
Boom, here comes Miles Price to the 5, 10, 15. Ooh, shakes the tackle at the 25. Holds onto the ball tightly at the 32-yard line. So with 2:52 to go in the first half, 10-0 Seattle. The Minnesota Vikings defense is playing arguably its best game of the season. Quite honestly, I don't think it's close. Dallas Turner has a couple of sacks. Eric Wilson has a sack, 3 tackles for loss. Van Ginkel has a sack. They've sacked Sam Darnold 4 times. Into the game, he was only sacked 11 times. Jackson Smith-Njigba, I mean, he's the hottest receiver in the NFL. He doesn't have a target. And sadly, you're down 10-0. Handoff Jordan Mason up the middle, and he will dive ahead for a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8, approaching the 2-minute timeout.
I'll tell you one thing about this Seattle defense, Paul, is Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy check back in. They tackle, and they tackle well, right? I mean, and we're seeing kind of that difference, I think, as this game goes on. Minus a couple of missed tackles, the Viking defense has played at an elite level. Seattle's just steady, man. They're just in there, shoulders square, bringing the running back to the ground.
2nd and 8, flag on the play. Brosmer back to pass, bouncing around in the pocket, opts to run, but the play is stopped. False start. Minnesota Vikings.
Now these nagging little penalties, you know. It's
false start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Ryan Kelly. Polaris, the American power sports company, is proud to salute and honor veterans and service members, and we thank you for your service. Also, Unreal is back with its limited edition Vikings drop. Head to unrl.com for more details. And you already know Buffalo Wild Wings has you covered all football season, but did you know you can win 6 free wings when you watch the Vikings play? Score 6 free boneless or traditional wings when the Vikings get 2 sacks, which means you get them tomorrow. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings Minnesota locations. 2nd and 13 from the 29. Brosmer facing a blitz, throws right to Jordan Mason, caught, then he dropped it, but he dives on it at the 30. After all of that, it'll be a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. That gets us to the 2-minute warning in front of halftime. 10-0 Seattle on a defensive touchdown by Ernest Jones IV on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city.
Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Why do we gather for the holidays? We gather because, in the blur of life, we often take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, our loved ones, and cherishing the simple moments of joy. We gather to choose gratitude. Have a blessed gathering this Thanksgiving from all of us at Shields.
I'm Justin Jefferson, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN, back to Vikings football.
Alrighty, there's a new way to stream your Vikings coverage shows and insight on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Thank you very much, Fox Local. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, on-site producer Chris Hockey, engineer Jared Wells. Greg Peters on the numbers today. The last time he did the numbers, the Vikings won a game at London against Cleveland, and Jefferson had more than 100 yards. Well, it's 10-0 Seattle right now with 2 minutes to go in the first half. 3rd and 12 for Minnesota from its own 30. Max Brosmer out of the shotgun, facing a 4-man rush. Takes the snap, steps up, hit, and sacked back at the 24-yard line by DeMarcus Lawrence, who is football immortality. That's a loss of 6 yards, 5th sack this year for DeMarcus Lawrence in his 152nd game, and Ryan Wright is in to punt.
Yeah, Brosmer thought he had some escapability to his right, and Marcus Lawrence just came right underneath Brian O'Neill. So there's just nothing there for him, as there was nothing down the field. The umbrella defense, maybe something short, but, you know, again, Brosmer, Paul, I can't fault him for how he's playing. He's doing the best he can. He just doesn't have a lot of time.
Ryan Wright to punt to Rashid Shaheed. Clock runs. Seattle has 3 timeouts and gets the ball to begin the second half. Ryan Wright's punt. Very, very high. Shaheed drifts to his left, brings it in at the 26-yard line. Now he runs all the way to the right, gets to the 30-yard line, make it the 35 with a nifty little move. Then he's hit and knocked out of bounds by Bo Richter. He dropped the ball, but he did so around the 45. So with 58 seconds to go in the first half, Seattle has 3 timeouts, a 10-0 lead. Offensively, they have just managed a field goal. Sam Darnold has been sacked 4 times, twice by Dallas Turner. And Jackson Smith and Jigba with no catches. Crazy.
Justin Jefferson, no catches either. Two of the better wide receivers in the league playing against each other. Neither one of them's touched the football. And, well, when you look at Shaheed and what he does, that was a sneaky big 20 yards right there.
Big time.
I mean, the Seahawks can't even protect their quarterback, and now you're getting the ball around midfield, so that's a huge, huge play.
Darnold out of the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right, first down. It'll be a gun run to Zach Charbonnet, heads to the left side, makes Van Ginkel miss at the 50, grinds his way to the 47, make it the 46. It's a run of 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Clock continues to run. Mike McDonald with no interest in using these timeouts right now. 2nd and 1, and the Seattle Seahawks have 3 timeouts. Darnold back to pass, throws to the left, incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba with his first target, covered beautifully by Byron Murphy Jr. It's 3rd and 1 from the Vikings 46. Seattle is 4 of 7 on 3rd down.
That's where we talked about earlier against the Rams, when Darnold starts forcing the football, and when he gets in trouble, he wants to go to Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Byron Murphy had him covered beautifully on that play, and really should not have thrown the football there. So we're starting to push him to a point, a breaking point, where we might be getting an interception here.
Rashid Shaheed in the game wide left, but on 3rd and 1, they're going to run to Charbonnet, grinds to the right side, and I don't believe he got the first down. He was stood up by Blake Cashman at the point point of attack. This will be very close. Clock continues to run. 23. Now they're going to stop it maybe for the super special virtual measurement. Here's Cleat.
Seattle takes its first time out.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Blake Cashman, by the way, 16 tackles at Green Bay, 31 tackles in the last 2 games. Blake Cashman.
Yeah, and the Seattle, Paul, dare I say, they play a style of offense that our defense is well suited for, right? To airing the football out, trying to throw it, and
got the first down.
And we're responding nicely. The pass rush has been fantastic. I think both Dallas Turner and Andrew Van Ginkel have played very, very well. Grenard has made an impact every time he's been in there. So that outside linebacker crew from the Vikings defense is the star. And coverage-wise, Byron Murphy doing a wonderful job all over Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean, that was the area that you were concerned about. And defensively, we're holding up very, very well.
1st and 10 from the Vikings 45. 23 seconds to go in the first half. Seattle with 2 timeouts remaining and gets the ball to begin the second half. 10-zip Seattle. Darnold back to pass. Fastball right. Caught Shaheed on Fabian Moreau at the 38. And Shaheed gets out of bounds after a quick-hitting catch of 7 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 3 with 19 seconds to go in the first half.
As Jalen Redmond checks back in. I mean, Jalen Redmond,
here comes Grenard.
Every time, here comes Jonathan Grenard. So we're expecting 19 seconds left to go. You can expect a drop back pass here.
Darnold out of the shotgun. He's fumbled 1 time. He's given the ball away 15 times this year. 2nd and 3 from the Vikings 37-yard line. Oluwatimi snaps it to Darnold. He throws right. Ball's batted at the line of scrimmage. It's incomplete. A blocked shot, as Kevin O'Connell would call it. A deflected pass at the line of scrimmage. I believe it was deflected by Blake Cashman. So now it's 3rd and 3 with 15 seconds to go in the first half. Seattle 5 of 8 on 3rd down.
Oh, Paul, we're so close. I mean, defensively, you get Cashman on the tip, and then and Byron Murphy Jr. is like right there. We're so close to being able to pick that football off and get the pick 6. The defense has been so impressive.
Great.
Keep up the intensity.
Cooper Kupp in motion to the left. 3rd and 3 from the Vikings 38. Darnold shotgun. Jackson Smith and Jigba sole alone to the right. Darnold goes that way, and it's swatted down at the line again. The Vikings may be losing 10-0. Brian Flores, your first team defense, your first half defense has annihilated Sam Darnold.
How about that? A 0 blitz, Paul. 2-minute drill. 3rd and about 3, and you're just 0 blitzing it. And Harrison Smith darn near picked that football off. You had Cooper Kupp open, but he just didn't get there. Now we're getting a very long field goal attempt.
56-yard try by Jason Myers, career long 61. He's 5 of 8 from 50-plus this year. 12 seconds to go in the first half. Snap spot. Myers, plenty of leg. End-over-end production is good. Wonderful kick by Jason Myers. And with 8 seconds to go in the first half, Seattle has taken a 13-0 lead as the Seahawks offense would go. 2 field goals. Max Brosmer, after a Sam Darnold fumble, had the ball down by the 13-yard line. And then they got inside the 10. Brosmer was falling down to avoid a sack of DeMarcus Lawrence, and for whatever the reason, decided to underhand throw the ball. Ernest Jones IV picked it off and went 85 yards to the house. That's the only touchdown this game.
And in fairness to Brosmer, Paul, they're treating him like a veteran. We've only run the ball 6 times in the first half. So they're very comfortable letting Brosmer do the drop back bit, examining the field. I think he's seeing things clearly. He's just seeing them too quickly and getting the ball out just a little bit too fast. A lot easier to slow him down than to speed him up. But they are not taking it lightly with Brosmer. Protection has been a little bit shoddy. That 4-man rush of Seattle's been there. So we got 2 defenses out there going at it and getting pressure on the quarterback. Hopefully, at halftime, they can get together, just slow Brosmer down a little bit,
right,
and we can start getting some points and moving the football in the second half.
13-0 Seattle. Myers, boom. End-over-end kick. Miles Price from the 2-yard line. Gets to the 5-10, far side of the field, 15-20. Angles to the middle, and he dives ahead to the 32. So that'll be a return of 31 yards by Miles Price. 3 seconds to go in the first half. Assumedly, Max Brosmer will take a knee here behind a Minnesota moving company without Christian Darrisaw and Donovan Jackson. So Justin School is your left tackle. Blake Brandel is the left guard. Ryan Kelly the center. Will Fry starting his 12th consecutive game, the right guard, with Brian O'Neill outside of him. And that'll send us to halftime with Seattle leading 13-0, and Seattle gets the ball to begin the second half. Main man must in the halftime show coming up shortly. Then back to Lumen Field for second half action on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/own-it. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Vikings fans, it's time to use Paze, an online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Paze, checking out is fast and convenient because eligible cards appear in one place. Ready to use when you order game day food delivery, your team's latest jersey, or flights to away games. You can beef up your defense at online checkout too. Using Paze gives you added security because actual card numbers aren't shared with merchants. Find out if your bank or credit union offers Paze today at Paze.com. That's Paze.com.
For Minnesotans, whatever the season, we live outdoors. And no one knows that better than Polaris, the American power sports company. From tasks to trails or lakes to lanes, with brands like Polaris Slingshot and Ranger Side-by-Sides, Indy Snowmobiles, and Bennington Pontoons, Polaris is your partner to think outside. Polaris, proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style, crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com, the best athleisure wear in the game.
The Twin Cities home for Vikings talk. FM 100.3 KFAN. The Fan.
The Minnesota Vikings halftime report is presented by U.S. Bank, Polaris, Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, and by Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now live from the KFAN studios, here's Mike Mussman.
13-0 in Seattle. Seahawks have the lead over your Minnesota Vikings, and here are your halftime stats presented by Lumen, official technology partner of your Minnesota Vikings. Max Brosmer for his very first NFL start, 9 of 15, 53 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a passer rating of 39. Now, Jones and Mason combined 6 carries for just 11 yards total. Also, Jones, by the way, leads the team in receptions with 3 receptions and 19 yards. We're going to get into that coming up here in just a little bit. On the other side, you got Sam Darnold, 7 of 15, 77 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's passer rating of 62.4. Charbonnet on the ground, 7 carries, 26 yards, and Kupp has 3 receptions, 24 yards in total. Total net yards for the Minnesota Vikings, 48 in the first half. For the Seahawks, 84. Hey, there's a new way to stream your Vikings coverage, shows, and insight right there on your big screen TV. It is Fox Local, a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device, install, and then stay connected with your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. Now, Chris Hawkey's going to be joining me coming up here in the second half of our halftime show. But one interesting thing we really need to talk about is that Jets and JSN 0 receptions. Now, they've had targets, just 2 each, but 0 receptions in that first half. And located at Eden Prairie Center, Wildfire offers steaks, chops, and seafood in a modern-day 1940 supper club. You can join them for lunch, dinner, or carry out, or you can plan your next event in one of their private rooms, or you can let them cater to your home or your office. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. As I mentioned, Chris Hockey from the Power Trip Morning Show. He's in Seattle. He joins me coming up here next. 13-0. Seahawks have the lead over your Minnesota Vikings. This is Vikings football.
It's time to score a touchdown with the best deck you'll ever have, and it's courtesy of TimberTech and TimberTech.com. TimberTech is #1 in premium decking. There are myriad reasons why. One is they are the leaders in design, so let them ship you free samples at no charge. Choose up to 4 decking samples to see which realistic wood styles are best for you. Start at TimberTech.com. Behold, it's TimberTech.com.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Officer, could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Offer ends December 1st. Call 480-500-7931 for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
This is Vikings Seahawks on the audio home for Vikings football. KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back. Vikings Football Sunday halftime show. Hey, 'tis the season. You can join the Vikings and KFAN at the Eden Prairie Shields on December 2nd. That's coming up here on Tuesday from 5:30 till 6:30 p.m. to support Toys for Tots. You can donate a toy and share your holiday spirit. And one person that will be there for sure from the Power Trip Morning Show, Chris Hockey, joining me in Seattle. And Hawk, excited for coming up here on Tuesday. But we really got to talk about a 33-yard field goal, an 84-yard pick six, a 56-yard field goal, 13-0. Seattle has the lead.
Yeah, you know, the doodle dash is happening on the field right now. I'm sorry if I'm a little distracted, but these doggies are cute and they're running for it. It's so much fun to watch. Listen, you know, here's the situation. I'm not sure about throwing the ball on that 4th and 1. I know it was 4th down. I know if he doesn't toss it directly to the defender, we're talking about a completely different football game right here. Outside of that, I've seen some things out of Brosmer that I didn't hate. I've seen some things that he's done correctly. I wish we were running the ball a little bit more. I would think that we probably will run the ball a little bit more in the second half. I mean, you can look at it, Muss, and say, I guess the coaches have seen enough in practice that they believe that he can handle this much throwing, that he's ready for the offense like that. That said, as you're going to hear all the people all across the nation say tonight and tomorrow and probably on the morning show tomorrow morning, we ought to be running the ball when we got a quarterback in with this much inexperience.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 6 carries total for your running backs with just 11 yards. You can showcase your football fandom by submitting your photo as the Jameson Football Fanatic of the Year, of the week, I should say. Enter at Vikings.com for your chance to win weekly prizes and a grand prize as well. So far as the defense goes for your Minnesota Vikings, 4 sacks on Darnold. Darnold had just 11 sacks coming into this game. They are all over him.
Yeah, it's what we've seen Flores do to Darnold is impressive, and he's frustrated and he's gimpy a little bit as well. He's walking around with a limp, so he's shook. We'll see what they can do to adjust for that as an offense. We'll see what Flores has that gets creative again in the second half. I do expect we're going to see an interception finally in the second half. I think our defense will get one away from Sam Darnold. He wants nothing to do with this defense right now, but more than anything, we've got to find a way to keep our offense on the field. We are wearing our guys out. The defense has been out there, what is it? I believe we've doubled up. They've doubled up as far as time of possession so far in the first half. We got to find a way, yeah.
Yeah, so now here's the thing. On Jets and also Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, neither one have a reception in the first half.
Yeah, and it hasn't been because JJ hasn't been open. He's been open a couple of times, but when he's been open, there hasn't been time for our quarterback to sit back there and find him and throw the ball to him. So we got to fix that as well. But we're talking about backups at both guard and tackle on that side of the ball. So I understand why there's some struggle going on there, but we got to find a way to fix this, and we got to use CJ Ham to do a little more pass blocking as well. But again, I want to say it. Let's run that ball. Let's see what we can do. Even if it doesn't work, let's run the ball on first down and maybe even on second down and get the kid a little bit of a break.
All right, Hawk, great stuff as always. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
I got it all figured out, Muss.
You got it all figured out. You are very in tune, my friend. I know that for sure. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Max Brosmer, by the way, 9 of 15, 53 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and that is a passer rating of 39. And Vikings fans, you can buy any Pothole Pizza or 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with your quick rewards for your chance to score huge. One weekly winner will win a $500 gift card, and if the Vikings score a touchdown over 50 yards, well, then that lucky winner, someone's going to win $5,000. Visit quicktrip.com/sweepstakes for details. Second half coming up on the way. Seahawks get the ball. PA's coming up next on the Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Ready, set! TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available. Ready, set! TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities. Ready, set! TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
Vikings fans, meet the MVP of flavor, the Humble Goat. Our cranberry cinnamon goat cheese earned second place in the World Champion Cheese Contest, and our plain goat cheese just scored second at the American Cheese Society Awards. Smooth, creamy, healthy, and perfect for game day and every day. Find the Humble Goat cheese at your local store, and don't forget, Humble Goat protein powder is fueling fans everywhere. Available now on Amazon. World class and Minnesota proud.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Wolves back.
Fire at the buzzer and hit it!
Hear the howl live tonight on the Minnesota Timberwolves channel on the free iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, baby!
Hello. All right, welcome back to Lumen Field. Seattle leads 13-0 into the second half. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen. Which non-quarterback threw a touchdown for the Vikings in Minnesota's 2006 win at Seattle? Chester Taylor, Mewelde Moore, Jermaine Wiggins, or Marcus Robinson? The answer is B, Mewelde Moore. Thank you, Quick Trip and QuickTrip.com. Vikings fans, pick up a commemorative Pepsi Vikings Cup at US Bank Stadium or participating Hy-Vee. And or Buffalo Wild Wings locations for your chance to win Victor's Ride or other great prizes. Vikings fans deserve Pepsi. Skol. Speaking of deservant, the Minnesota Vikings defense deserves massive accolades for the way it played in the first half. Sadly, the team's down 13-0.
Absolutely. And how about Dallas Turner leading the way with 2 sacks and a forced fumble? I mean, he has really turned it on the last couple of weeks, so it's great to see out of him.
Boom! Reichert's kick to begin the second half bounces in the landing zone a couple of times, and Rashid Shaheed will pick it up 2 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. And the Seattle Seahawks, led by Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith-Njigba, head out on the field. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 0 catches today on 2 targets. Consider this. Into the game, Jackson Smith-Njigba accounted for 46.9% of Seattle's receiving yards. That's most in the NFL. And he has no catches. Sam Darnold, when it comes to passes in the air 20 yards or more, 58% completion, number 1. And that's been tough sledding for old Sam. First down, toss left to Kenneth Walker. The third gets loose outside the numbers to the 20, 25, 30. Tripped up by Harrison Smith at about the 35-yard line. Explosive run by Kenneth Walker the third. It's a 24-yard gallop first down.
Yeah, just a couple of missed tackles on the outside, and Harrison Smith thankfully brought him down. To go back to Jackson Smith-Njigba, Paul, he's had 75 yards in every game so far this season. He's the first NFL player to do so out of the first 11 games of the year. So slowing that guy down is a huge feat. We just have to make sure we take care of the run.
1st and 10 from the Seattle 44. Just underway in the second half, 13-0 Seattle. Toss right to Kenneth Walker III. Blake Cashman comes surging from behind Kenneth Walker III and gets him at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 2, making it 2nd and 8. Blake Cashman.
Yeah, brilliant job on the outside by Andrew Van Ginkel, Paul. He gets double-teamed, and he ends up eating up both blocks and still finding a way to force the ball back inside to pursuit, which is Blake Cashman. So our outside linebacker crew, even with Grenard back, hitting some spotty play, mainly on third down and passing downs, this combination of Turner and Van Ginkel has really played well today.
Seattle has run it 16 times compared to just 7 for Minnesota. Darnold, shotgun, looks right, swings left, one-handed, left-handed grab by Kenneth Walker III, and he'll turn up the field outside the numbers at the 44, hit at the 45, and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Excellent tackling by the Minnesota Vikings. So it's 3rd and 8 for Seattle from its own 46-yard line. Seattle 5 of 9 on third down.
I guarantee you, if you had the number of the average time to release for Darnold, he is so far underneath that, Paul. At 9.4 yards per attempt, he's holding on to the ball. Today, right now, he is just getting rid of that thing as soon as it gets into his hand.
That's what happens when you get smacked 4 times. 3rd and 8 from his own 46. Darnold out of the shotgun. The Vikings jump. Darnold with a free play. He's going to heave it up to the right side. Incomplete. Jackson Smith-Njigba. The Darnold cadence, I believe, got Jonathan Grenard or another member of the Vikings to jump, but maybe it's a false start. We'll see.
I know, they got a bunch of them to go. Fortunately, it's 3rd and 8, so it's
offside,
not going to be a first down.
Defense number 93. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
John Allen.
Yeah, so it gives Seattle now time. It'd be interesting to watch if anybody gets put in. They might just run the football here, Paul. I mean,
why wouldn't you?
With the way that they've been protecting and we've been getting after Darnold, I mean, unless you can roll him out or get him out of the pocket and give him some type of option.
Well, this could be 2-down territory here for Seattle, by the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if they took a deep shot on 3rd and 3 from the Vikings 49. Darnold out of the shotgun. He takes the snap. Sam swings it out left to Kenneth Walker III. Shakes on Josh Metellus, but Metellus brings him down at the 45. But still, a 4-yard gain by Kenneth Walker and a first down for Seattle. Kenneth Walker III, 4th year from Michigan State.
I think one of the biggest differences with this Vikings team this year, Paul, is overcoming mistakes. And when we make them, whether it's a hold on special teams or jumping off sides, it just kind of comes back to haunt us. And if we can play some mistake-free football, it's going to go a long way.
2 tight ends for Seattle. They're both to the right of the right tackle. 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run behind the beef. Kenneth Walker III sprints outside the numbers, lowers the helmet at the 45. Isaiah Rodgers really paid for that at the 43. It's just a run of 2, but it was a painful run of 2 for Isaiah Rodgers, making a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, being around Christmas, it's always better to give than to receive, and Isaiah Rodgers definitely was on the wrong side of that one as he checks out.
Right.
The thing is, with tackling, if you do it right, it's gonna hurt a little bit. If you don't do it right, it's gonna hurt a lot. Either way, it's gonna hurt. And Isaiah just take out the legs, right? Take out the ankles. It's not dirty. The guy has the football.
Walker, 9 runs, 43 yards. Empty backfield. Darnold takes the snap. 5 receiver set. They'll pass right to Kenneth Walker III, but it's incomplete. Dallas Turner either got in the way of the pass or he tipped it. And by the way, Dallas Turner is playing his best game as a professional. Well done, Dallas.
No question about that. And for Darnold, can he just get rid of the football any quicker?
Right.
I mean, he's literally taking the snap and trying to get that thing out. So defensively, that's the part that's so frustrating, is defensively, we're getting to him. Defensively, we have him off his game. Defensively, he's not getting to Njigba, his guy. So, I don't know. Here we go.
Seattle 6 of 10 on 3rd down. Dallas Turner with a career best 2-sack game out of the game as flags fly all over the place on 3rd and 6. Jonathan Grenard definitely jumped. The question is, was he drawn? The one with the answer is the next one you'll hear. It is Cleet Blakeman.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 58. Unabated to the quarterback. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
So now it's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, you don't want to guess. I mean, Darnold does a great job with the hands and with everything else. So he's a veteran. The cadence is a weapon. It's worked for him twice already on this drive alone. And here we go. Now Seattle is on a 36-yard line, Paul. It's that small, slow creep that they're getting down the field.
The Vikings only have 1 cornerback in. It's Byron Murphy Jr. The Seahawks fake the tush push with Barner. Now Darnold goes under center on 3rd and 1. Play action. Metellus is all over him, and he knocks the pass away. The Minnesota Vikings may be 4-7. They may be down 13-0, but Sam Darnold wants nothing to do with this Vikings defense today.
And he had a receiver. He had Cody White deep down the field, but he just couldn't get the football there. What a great play. What a great adjustment, Paul, right? You get up there, you get set, you're thinking tush push, they shift out of it. You make the adjustment. You get Josh Metellus free off the edge and get the pass breakup. I mean, fabulous job.
4th and 1. It's a 54-yard try right hash by Jason Myers. Snap spot. End over end kick is up, and it is good. And Myers kicks Seattle to a 16-0 lead on the Sleep Number scoreboard. 11:14 to go in the 3rd quarter from Lumen Field in Seattle on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. Well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
You're listening to Vikings football.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
This Minnesota Vikings season, touchdowns are great, but sacks are better. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Vikings get 2 or more sacks in a game. This Sacks for Wings promotion is valid 3 days after each qualifying game at participating Buffalo Wild Wings throughout Minnesota and surrounding areas. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including new happy hour and late night offers throughout football season at your local B-Dubs, a preferred sports bar of the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
The Vikings, Gophers, and Wild. Minnesota sports station is FM 100.3 KFAN. Now back to the stadium and the fans, Paul Allen.
Welcome back to the game. It's 16-0 Seahawks over the Vikings as the Vikings take the ball for the first time here in the second half. And guys, just to revisit that miserable first half offensively by our favorite team, we only ran the ball 7 times. We are also 0 for 6 on third down. And guys, I think that's a direct correlation to how our offense struggled on third down. We must run the football much more here in the second half and take some pressure off of Rosemary.
Thanks, Ben. Boom! There's the kick, and here comes Miles Price from the 5 far side. 10, 15, 20. Gets to the 25, 30. Miles Price with another nice kick return to close to the 32-yard line. It'll be a return of about 30 yards. And Max Brosmer, undrafted Gopher from the University of Minnesota after 5 years at New Hampshire, at 268 completions last year for the Gophers. That's the most in school history. This will be his second half debut. 9 of 15, 53 yards. He's thrown an interception. It was a pick six. It's the game's only touchdown. Jefferson without a catch in motion to the left. Toss right. Aaron Jones tries to get outside the numbers. And fellow Jones, Ernest Jones, the fourth, who had that pick six, throws him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1, second and 11.
Yeah, the more I see this defensive front, Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, DeMarcus Lawrence, the more impressed I am. Just a 4-man front. Yeah. They're controlling the line of scrimmage right now. And we just, again, they don't substitute a lot. You just have to find a way to keep them on the field. And I think we might be able to wear them down a little bit, but we're just not able to string plays together.
Second down from the 32. Brosmer out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left and right. Points to the right. Aaron Jones moves a little bit to his left. Seattle rushes 4. Brosmer throws over the middle. Caught Hawkinson at the Seattle 45. Inside the numbers to the 40. That's Max Brosmer's first cold-blooded connection of his career. It gets to the 39-yard line. It is a long hit of 29 yards and a badly needed first down for the Minnesota Vikings.
It is as old of a story as time, Paul. You get 3 deep coverage, you run 4 verticals, somebody's going to be open, and Brosmer read that beautifully.
Brosmer goes under center, straight eye behind him. C.J. Ham in front of Aaron Jones. 1st and 10 from the Seattle 39. Early in the third quarter, Seattle leads 16-0. Brosmer with receivers left and right, facing a blitz. He'll go to Jones, and Jones will go right down to the ground. Drake Thomas smacked him. Drake Thomas, third-year North Carolina State, now has 11 tackles for loss this season. That leads Seattle, and that's a loss of 4 yards, so it's 2nd and 14.
Yeah, he kind of ran that play right into the teeth of this blitz. It was I formation, just Thomas running through the backside, getting underneath Justin School. So another tackle for loss for the Seattle defense. I mean, they don't blitz a ton, Paul, but when they do, man, they time it up and they play it so well.
The 24-year-old Brosmer's out of the shotgun, puts Jalen Naylor in motion to the right. Addison by himself to the left. Here's another blitz by Seattle. Brosmer over the middle, incomplete, through the hands of a leaping Jefferson, nearly intercepted by Josh Jobe. After all that, incomplete. 3rd and 14 for Minnesota from the Seattle 43.
We're halfway through the third quarter, Paul, and neither Justin Jefferson or Jackson Smith and Jigba have an interception.
Wow.
How incredible is that? You want to know how well the defenses are playing?
Mm-hmm.
That tells you right there as Brosmer took a big hit on that last throw.
Hawkinson leads Minnesota with 3 catches and 45 yards. Minnesota 0 of 6 on third down. This is a doozy. 3rd and 14 from the Seattle 43. They rush 4. Max on a deep drop. Checks down right flat. Aaron Jones. Nice cut to the left at the 45. Hit at the 40. He dropped the ball. Aaron Jones dropped the ball in front of the Vikings bench, and it looks like Seattle recovered the fumble.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence chased that thing down. What an unbelievable hustle play.
Another give.
Cooper Kupp made an unbelievable play earlier on a hustle, recover a fumble. DeMarcus Lawrence chasing Aaron Jones down from behind after rushing the passer, causing that fumble. Brilliant play.
On the sleep number scoreboard, Seattle gets the ball with a 16-0 lead after potentially another turnover by the Vikings, but this will be under review. We're back shortly to Lumen Field. It's Vikings football.
This season, come home for the holidays to Mall of America, where twinkling lights spark joy, music fills the air, and every corner invites connection and celebration. It's where families gather, friends laugh a little louder, and memories shine long after the season ends. From festive photo ops to one-of-a-kind gifts, every visit feels like a celebration. Warm cocoa in hand, wonder in your heart. This is holiday magic made real, where joy gathers, magic lingers, and togetherness is the true gift. Mall of America, holidays together.
Martin Marietta, an American-based company, is a leading producer of heavy building materials and the top supplier of aggregates and asphalt to the Twin Cities. Guided by values like safety, integrity, and stewardship, Martin Marietta strives to provide the materials on which our communities grow. Visit martinmarietta.com to learn more. Interested in a career with a rock-solid team offering competitive pay and benefits? Visit careersthatcrush.com to apply today. Skol Vikings!
Vikes fans, you know the drill. Game day isn't game day without the right lineup off the field. That's why I roll with Top 10 Liquors, the preferred liquor store of the Minnesota Vikings. Whether it's beer for the tailgate, bourbon for a celebratory pour, or even the latest seltzers, Top 10's got your game day covered. With 15 convenient metro locations, there's always a Top 10 nearby. Stock up today and make sure your next watch party feels like a win. Top 10 Liquors, more than a liquor store.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm TJ Hawkinson, and this is the audio home of the Minnesota Vikings. KFAN. Back to Vikings football.
Thanks, TJ. TJ Hawkinson, 3 catches, 45 yards. The fumble stands. It was dicey. And Clete Blakeman and his group looked at it and said Aaron Jones fumbled, so the Vikings are -1 in the take-give. And here comes Seattle, 1st and 10 from its own 37. Cooper Kupp in motion to the left. 2 tight ends to the right, flag on the play. Kenneth Walker III skirts out to the left. Joshua Metellus missed an ankle tackle at the 42. And Kenneth Walker III will run out of bounds after a 5-yard gain, penalty infraction.
Illegal shift.
Illegal shift, offense. Number 10 to get reset before the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty, so first down.
Well, Paul, I think that right there is an example of where Darnold is, right? He's just shook up with all the pressure that we've been given. I mean, this is a simple shift and then a motion. You pause a second, then you snap the football. It's like you have to give a tip of the cap to this defense. Yeah, we're losing 16-0 right now, but at the same time, we've gotten to Darnold.
Sam Darnold, 9 of 19, 81 yards, sacked a season-high 4 times. Empty backfield, 3 receivers. Make it 4 receivers to the right. Smith and Jigba to the left. On 1st and 15, he's going to screen it to A.J. Barner. Nice play. Turns it up at the 30. Middle of the field, 35 to the 40. And the Michigan product rallies to the 45-yard line. It is a 13-yard gain on a screen, making it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, it's just too bad. Jalen Redmond was right there. He was free. He knew something was up, and he didn't know whether to rush the quarterback or chase down the screen, the tight end. And if he would have just stopped right where he was and tried to make a play on the ball, that I think it would have been tackled at the line of scrimmage. So Jalen Redmond just getting mixed up with the play action.
2nd and 2 from the Seattle 45. Levi Drake Rodriguez and Tyrion Ingram Dawkins check in. And it's a handoff to Kenneth Walker, who runs up the middle and right through an Ingram Dawkins tackle at the point of attack. And thus, because of the missed tackle, it'll be a gain of 3 yards and a first down for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, great play by Dawkins to spin out of that. and then get his arms on the running back. He just got to finish the play. Young guy, he's got to get bigger and stronger. Right there, that would have helped him.
The Seahawks rally to the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10 from their own 49. Darnold, play action, straight drop. He's going to throw right, caught Barner into Vikings territory to the 50-45, and he's blasted by Isaiah Rodgers after a gain of 9. 2nd and 1.
Again, not a lot of flare control, flat control in that regard, because you have Cashman, who's the middle linebacker, who ends up ultimately defending the flat. So the Seattle offense, Paul, starting to figure this thing out a little bit and finding out what they want to run and where they want to get these receivers.
Barner, 3 catches, 33 yards, 2 on this possession. Darnold on 1st down, make that 2nd and short, hands it to Kenneth Walker III. He'll spin to the right side at the 40. He'll spin his way to a 1st down. Eric Wilson brings him down after a gain of 3, maybe 4. So now Seattle, in methodical fashion, is in Vikings territory. 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 38.
And Paul, you're right, methodical, meaning there. I don't know exactly what the time of possession is, but I know it's heavily in favor of Seattle right now. And they're able to just, one thing is run the ball, move the chains, and they got a 7-minute lead so far in the time of possession.
Darnold under center. He goes back to pass. He's going to throw a fade to Smith and Jigba right. Incomplete flag. Byron Murphy Jr. had him singled. Jackson Smith and Jigba with no catches, but this infraction will go the way of number 7, Byron Murphy Jr.
That's all right.
Contact, defense number 7. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
That's all right. We'll take it. I mean, he's doing the best job that he can, and it's like there's a lot of hand fighting there, and that wasn't clearly on Murphy Jr. And Jigba's trying to pull on him to slide by him.
And Jigba ran out of bounds and came back inbounds, by the way.
Well, if the defender's touching you, I guess they just assume he got pushed out of bounds.
Good
but
point.
The whole thing is that's a good play by Murphy, and if it's a 5-yard penalty, I'll take it.
Darnold's yards per attempt into the game, 9.3, best in the NFL. It currently is 4.9. That's how well Flores' defense has played today. 16-0 Seattle, 5:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st down Seahawks from the Vikings 33. Darnold takes the snap. They're going to run Walker III, flag on the play, runs into Dallas Turner and trucks him and gets to the 28-yard line where he's stopped by tackling machine Blake Cashman. Unofficially, a run of 5 yards pending penalty. Here's Cleat.
Yeah, this Seattle offensive line is they're firing up, going forward, trying to get a little discussion whether or not they want to accept the penalty or not. So we'll see which way this one goes.
Offside, defense number 90 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
So it'll be 1st and 5. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, the Georgia rookie. The Seahawks will scrimmage from the Vikings 28, right hash, heading to the side of the field where Myers has hit all of his field goals. The only touchdown in the game. Ernest Jones IV with an 85-yard pick 6 from Brosmer. Darnold out of the shotgun, 2 receivers left and right, takes the snap. 1st and 5, looking left. He pumps. Now he's going to throw short. Jackson Smith and Jigba with his first catch at the line of scrimmage, and he'll run out of check that way past the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of 11 yards, a gain of 6 yards on 1st and 5. So when Jigba has a catch, Bronx cheer from those here at Lumen. 1st down for Seattle from the Vikings 22.
And that was just a high-low, and then Jigba was the flat route. Darnold did a nice job hanging in there, let the corner sink, get it out there, and then Jigba pulls it down and moves the chain. So not anything spectacular, and Jigba gets his first reception of the day.
6th play of a possession that's gone 41 yards for Seattle. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 22. Toss right, Zach Charbonnet hit at the point of attack, and Jonathan Allen along with Blake Cashman and Andrew Van Ginkel slow him down. It'll be no gain for Zach Charbonnet. 2nd and 10. 4.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Seattle leads 16-0.
I'll tell you what, Paul, even though the time of possession is kind of in favor of Seattle and they're slowing things down and running the football, our defensive front is playing hard, and they're still playing hard. Jalen Redmond, Levi Drake Rodriguez, Cashman, these guys are flying around and being physical.
Seattle 13-7 all-time versus the Vikings. Minnesota 3-9 at Seattle. 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 22. Darnold under center. He's going to run Kenneth Walker III to the left. Eric Wilson gets him from behind, playing an awesome game. Eric Wilson. It's no gain. So now it's 3rd and 10 from the Vikings 22. Seattle is 6 of 11 on 3rd down.
How about Eric Wilson, Paul? 4.5 sacks, right? And another TFL there. He's had at least a couple today.
Yeah.
So you're right. And they're moving him around. They're playing him out at the outside linebacker position with Bernard being nicked up. I mean, he's just played so well the last couple of weeks.
Wilson, 8 tackles, a sack, and 3 tackles for loss. 3rd and 9 from the Vikings 21. Empty backfield. Darnold shotgun, 2 receivers left, 3 right. Minnesota rushes forward. Darnold throws left, and it is caught, I believe, at the 16 by Rashid Shaheed. He's short of the first down, so that'll be a catch of right around 5 yards. And Jason Myers, the scoring machine for the Seattle Seahawks, runs into the game. He's perfect today. Tries to kick Seattle to a 19-0 lead.
Yeah, and if this field goal is good, Paul, that's 12 points given up by our defense against an offense that scores nearly 30 per game.
Right.
So what a fantastic. Oh, they're ruling it incomplete, so they're moving it back.
It was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it was dicey.
4th down from the previous spot.
Right.
So, again, Darnold not looking great. His numbers not good. A 69 rating at the moment. So, this Viking defense, man, what an effort overall. And
best of the season.
Absolutely. Minus the pick 6. I mean, giving up 12 points to a team that's averaging 30.
Right.
And Jigba with 1 catch for, 6 yards? I mean, they've really done a number. 4 sacks. I mean, you can go on and on. But they're definitely rising to the occasion.
Myers, 3 of 3 on field goals. This will be a 40-yard try, left hash. Snap spot. Right-footed kick is good. Myers is 4 of 4. And on the sleep number scoreboard, Seattle opens a 19-0 lead. 3:16 to go in the 3rd quarter on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
When it comes to managing your blood pressure, you play to win. You've made changes to your diet. You stay active. You've followed your doctor's game plan to the letter. But when it comes to your health, you can't always tackle it alone. Go beyond typical treatments with the Simplicity blood pressure procedure. Brought to you by Medtronic, official sponsor of the Vikings. Talk to your doctor. Results may vary. Adverse events include but are not limited to temporary pain and bruising. Read important risk factor information at beyondhbp.com.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here. Happy holidays. We thought Buzz's girlfriend was a wolf. Wow. Power Trip Morning Show returns tomorrow, 5:30 to 9, right here on The Fan.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery, where you can play the new Viking Scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Josh Allen has thrown an interception. The Steelers have the lead over the Bills. That's 7-3. You got Herbert with a touchdown for the Chargers. Bowers has a touchdown for the Raiders, and the Chargers are up 14-7. Now, before we go back to Paul Allen, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Vikings football.
Vikings Seahawks now on the audio home for Vikings football. FM 100.3 KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen. Chris Hockey on-site producer, Jared Wells the engineer, Greg Peters from Vikings.com on numbers, Zach Halverson is the master control supervisor and executive producer of the Vikings Audio Network, Chad Abbott by his side, Eric Nordquist and Ron Johnson follow the game with Vikings Fan Line, and Seattle leads 19-0. Here's a line drive to Miles Price, takes it at the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20, near side to the 25 to the 30, and he'll grind his way to the 32. It's a 27-yard return, and the Minnesota Vikings offense runs back onto the field, desperately in search of points.
Yeah, desperately in search of continuity, right? I mean, running the football today has not been very fruitful. We have 7 yards of rushing at the moment, so that's not helping the young quarterback at all. And for Brosmer, 11 of 18, 85 yards, it's that interception on 4th down that's killing him. So big throw to Hockenson in the last series. Let's see if we can open it up a little bit.
Max Brosmer goes under center. He'll hand it to Jordan Mason. He'll run up the middle to the 35, gets to the 36, stopped at the 37. On a 4 by Jordan Mason, 2nd and 6. Just got word that Aaron Jones is questionable to return after the way he was hit on a fumble that gave Seattle the ball. 2nd and 6, Brosmer. He'll boot out to the right. He's going to throw over the middle to Hockenson, caught at the 38, gain of 1, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, no surprise on Aaron Jones. Again, Demarcus Lawrence chasing him down from behind and fell on top of him with the entire body weight. So, for Aaron Jones, man, he's so important to this running game as a receiver as well today. I mean, he's had 4 receptions today for 22 yards. So, probably our best receiver. Justin Jefferson, Paul, still without a reception. This is a good time for him right now.
Justin never has played a game without a reception in the NFL. He goes in motion to the right, 4-man rush. Brosmer on 3rd and 5 fires a bullet right side, 1st down. T.J. Hockenson, absolutely his favorite receiver today. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and the Vikings will scrimmage from their own 44-yard line following a 6-yard grab.
Yeah, the offensive line doing a little better job maintaining the pocket, giving Brosmer some time to operate and go through his progression. So earlier on, Brosmer did not have a lot of time. Things are starting to get better, and Brosmer's getting into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Brosmer is 13 of 20 for 92 yards and a pick. Works out of the shotgun. Looks left, gets away from pressure, throws left. It's caught by Jefferson behind the line of scrimmage. He's thrown down so violently. Throw that flag! I mean, what are you doing, Nick Emanwari? That's a rookie move by a rookie, and he's going to be penalized for it.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. I mean, he had taken him back at least 7 yards. Whistles were blowing, and then he just picked him up and threw him on the ground. So Justin Jefferson getting his first reception. It was a blitz. Seattle does a great job. They're disguising, picking their spots.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. 15-yard penalty for the half spot, 1st down.
Say number 3, please. So everybody in Lumen, thank you, who knows who made that foolish play.
Yeah, just definitely not a smart play. It's a rookie play, right? Emanwari's been doing a pretty good job playing the nickel spot, more of a linebacker safety type for Seattle, but offensive line, well, they're doing a better job protecting Brosmer, and I think Brosmer's feeling a lot more comfortable.
19-0 Seattle, 1:10 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the Seattle 45. Max Brosmer, play action, straight drop, good protection. Throws over the middle, intercepted. He overthrew Jalen Naylor. And the Seattle Seahawks have picked off Max Brosmer at the 21-yard line. It's Kobe Bryant, 4th year from Cincinnati with his 3rd pick this season. And Seattle has a 19-0 lead and gets the ball back shortly. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
This is what New Horizon Academy parents are saying about their family's experience at our schools.
He has formed special relationships with the teachers here, and that just makes us feel that much more excited to drop him off and to pick him up.
And then when we toured here, every single kid that we saw was laughing, giggling, smiling. The teachers looked happy. So we just felt immediate a peace.
New Horizon Academy offers premium early childhood development for all families. Check us out at newhorizonacademy.net.
We knew right away that it was the right fit for us.
Vikings faithful, listen up. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about victory from the first play to the final whistle. During tense, close calls, Dove shampoo, body wash, and deodorant keep you fresh and dry from head to toe. And what's a true Vikings tailgate without the secret weapon to sliders and sides, Hellman's Real Mayo. Then when post-game dishes pile up like a defensive line, 7th generation detergent is the powerhouse that blitzes through the grease and grime. Stock up on Dove, Hellman's, and 7th generation. And Skol Vikings.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/own-it. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Minnesota Wild Edmonton Oilers, Tuesday at 8 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Max Brosmer, making his NFL starting debut, has thrown 2 interceptions. One went 85 yards to the house by Ernest Jones IV. Most recently, Kobe Bryant, with his 3rd interception this year, has given Seattle the ball at its own 21-yard line. Sam Darnold, 12 of 23, 109 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks, sacked 4 times. He'll go under center, and it's a straight eye behind him. They'll toss right to Kenneth Walker, following the blocking of fullback Robbie Oots. And Walker gets outside the numbers, past the line of scrimmage to the 25-yard line, pushed out of bounds, gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
And you have to think that Seattle now, with a 19-point lead, is just going to be 4-minute offense the entire way, right? And 7.5 minutes of time of possession advantage. Flores, knowing Flores, he's going to get aggressive here and try to get some TFLs and get the football back in the hands of the offense.
2nd and 6 from the Seattle 25. Sam Darnold, wearing the silver 14, under center, throws to the left, over Van Ginkel, caught Jackson Smith-Njigba, who toes the sideline brilliantly to the 35, gets to the 40, angles to the right, nice run, and he's taken down at the 42. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a catch and run of 17 yards to close the 3rd quarter. The Seattle Seahawks have 0 offensive touchdowns, 4 field goals, and a defensive touchdown, but this offense is beginning to churn. Back for 4th quarter action shortly on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built Wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
This is how your feet feel in a pair of bad-fitting shoes. And this is how your feet feel in a pair of great-fitting shoes from Trade Home Shoes. Trade Home Shoes, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings, has been delivering premium footwear for over 100 years. We are Minnesota-based, employee-owned, and here to help your whole family find shoes that fit. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
This is Vikings football on FM 100.3 KFAN. And get this, now streamed live to Minnesota residents on iHeartRadio.
Welcome back. 19-0 Seattle into the fourth quarter. Max Brosmer has thrown a couple of interceptions. And Seattle has the ball 1st and 10 from its own 42. Sam Darnold puts fullback Robbie Oates in the backfield. Offset eye left. Zach Charbonnet, the tailback. He gets the call. Toss left. Eric Wilson, the best defensive player on the field for both teams, thwarts the effort and throws him out of bounds. He's going to do so at about the 38-yard line. That's a loss of 4 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 14 for the heavily favored Seattle Seahawks. So Eric Wilson now has 10 tackles, a sack, and 4 tackles for loss.
Yeah, what a day by him. And again, you talk about guys that are building steam. He and Dallas Turner, Paul, both playing better as the season's going on. That's allowing Cashman to be more free, and Van Ginkel's getting back in the mix. I mean, this defense has been outstanding today.
Darnold out of the shotgun, 2nd and 14. He's going to fake a swing right to Walker, the third, but Jonathan Allen was all up in Darnold's mix, so he just threw it away. Now it's 3rd and 14 from the 38. Seattle with a long 3rd down here. That's been a common thread during the course of the game for Seattle. The Brian Flores defense for the Minnesota Vikings has been fantastic today. Jason Myers with a bunch of field goals, the only touchdown, and Ernest Jones the 4th, pick 6, and Seattle is 6 of 12 on 3rd down. Darnold goes out of the shotgun, a couple of tight ends to the left of the left tackle, and 2 receivers to the right, 3rd and 14. They're going to run it, and they're going to run Rashid Shaheed, the wide receiver, lined up in the backfield, got shifty at the 40, headed near side, 45, out of bounds at the 47, so after all that, a gain of 9. That's going to be far shy of the 1st down. Michael Dixon is in to punt. Now, the Vikings have 0 points. The Vikings have never been shut out with Kevin O'Connell as head coach. In fact, the last time they were shut out, 2007, 34-0 by Green Bay. In that game, Brooks Bollinger was 16 of 26 for 176 yards. Adrian Peterson had 45 rushing yards, got hit by Al Harris, and ended up with a high ankle sprain. Dixon with a line drive punt. This is not a great punt, is it? Bounces at the 5, rolls into the end zone. Terrible punt by the Aussie. It's a touchback for Dixon. That'll be his 3rd this year. So the Vikings offense will begin following the touchback and the sleep number scoreboard, desperately in search of any form of points. 19-0 Seattle, back shortly. It's Vikings football.
Have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Just 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, and that keeps you gaming in the fast lane. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
She's Jan, the ultimate Vikings fan. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Every Tuesday at 11, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell joins Paul Allen live from the TCO studio right here on the audio home for Vikings football. KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back to the game, and guys, our offensive line, our battered offensive line is even more battered. Ryan Kelly is officially out for this game, not with a concussion, but with a hip injury. That means Michael Juergens is taking over the center spot.
Thanks, Bud. With Blake Brandel to his left, replacing Donovan Jackson, and Justin School replacing Darasaw as the left tackle. As Brosmer goes back to pass on first down, he throws a fastball to the left side, and it's caught for a gain of about 4 yards. On the reception, Xavier Scott with the reception. 2nd and 6, and the Vikings go no huddle. Aaron Jones, questionable to return. Xavier Scott to the left of Brosmer. He goes back to pass. He's going to throw over the middle. It bounces off a Viking and or Seahawk and is intercepted by Ernest Jones, the 4th, having the day of his life. That's his 2nd interception. 1 went to the end zone. 3 picks for Max Brosmer. And Seattle has turned over the Minnesota Vikings with a 19-0 lead on the Sleep Number scoreboard. 12:52 to go in this game on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, written by Polaris.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every $1 you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
Hey Vikings fans, I'm Taylor of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, and here's our best kept secret, Pure Luxe Med Spa. Laser hair removal at Pure Luxe is a game changer. Voted best med spa and laser hair removal by the Star Tribune, they keep us game day ready with Botox, filler, and our favorite, the Diamond Glow Facial. Visit mypurelux.com/skull to book your appointment today. Pure Luxe Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Vikes fans, you know the drill. Game day isn't game day without the right lineup off the field. That's why I roll with Top 10 Liquors, the preferred liquor store of the Minnesota Vikings. Whether it's beer for the tailgate, bourbon for a celebratory pour, or even the latest seltzers, Top 10's got your game day covered. With 15 convenient metro locations, there's always a Top 10 nearby. Stock up today and make sure your next watch party feels like a win. Top 10 Liquors, more than a liquor store.
This is Vikings Seahawks live on The Fan. Here's Paul Allen.
So with the most recent interception, the Minnesota Vikings are -3 in the take give today, meaning they're an absurd -15 in the take give this year. They've given the ball away 4 times for a league worst 25 turnovers. And now leading 19-0, Sam Darnold has it 1st and 10 from the Vikings 34. He'll go out of the shotgun. Zach Charbonnet to his left, 3 receivers left, 2 are tight ends, and Cooper Kupp to the right. They're going to toss left to Zach Charbonnet. He gets to the 35, stutter steps at the 34, slips between a couple of Vikings at the 30, and eventually is taken down at the 24. It's a run of 8, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and this is
2nd and 2.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has weathered as much of a storm as possible. They've played very, very well. And at this point now, 19-0, Seattle is just they're looking to just run the football. And Charbonnet, man, he's dangerous. You miss a tackle on him, and he's got that north and south speed. And wouldn't surprise me though if they take a shot at Njigba at some point just to keep his numbers up.
2nd and 2 from the Vikings 24. Sam Darnold, who has not thrown a touchdown today, gives it to Zach Charbonnet. He rallies up the middle across the 25. Byron Murphy Jr. with a nice tackle on a 1-yard gain. So now it's 3rd and 1 Seattle from the Vikings 23. And we have 11:52 to go in the game. Seattle is 6 of 13 on 3rd down.
Yeah, you sit here and wonder how you get here. For Brosmer in his debut, they definitely didn't take it easy on him.
Right.
Only 10 rushing attempts the entire game thus far. So they were putting him in the dropbacks and they're challenging him. So Brosmer, I think, still doing a pretty good job.
3rd and 1, Darnold under center. They're going to give it to Charbonnet, who was the up back in a broken eye. And Zach Charbonnet plunges to the left, close to the first down. He didn't get the first down for sure. It's very, very close. Clete Blakeman and his staff spot the ball at the 23, 4th down. Nice stop on 3rd down by the Vikings. Seattle now 6 of 14 on 3rd down. And the clock runs with 11 minutes and counting to go. And much to the chagrin of these fickle fans at Lumen Field, the red-hot Jason Myers heads into the game for a 41-yard field goal try left hash. He's 4 of 4 today, hitting from 33, 56, 54, and 40. Now we're going to have a timeout.
Seattle takes its first timeout. This may be a 30-second timeout.
Do you think, because Seattle's had it 4th and very short several times, and they've opted for field goals, do you think that plays into having a defensive-minded head coach in Mike McDonald?
100%. I do. In a game like this, in a situation like this, you take the points that are available. And I mean, why would you want to give the Vikings any type of opportunity?
Here comes the offense.
As the offense comes on, I mean, it's still risky. They may try to draw the Vikings off sides. I don't know, but they've gone over the stats or done something.
You have a 19-0 lead. I mean, this feels like 4th and very short. Play action. Try to find somebody over the top. If it doesn't work, big deal. Yeah, we'll see. Darnold goes under center. A couple of tight ends off to the right. Jackson Smith and Jigbo with a very nondescript day to the left. Darnold backs out. Now it's a pistol formation with Charbonnet behind him. And they indeed are going to pass to Barner left side. Caught it near the first down. Chopped down by Byron Murphy Jr. But he needed 1 and got 2. And it's a first down for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, so they take the timeout and instead of kicking a field goal, decide to throw the ball, which, the team that runs more than any other team in the league is kind of surprising. But, I mean, they're not, again, 19-0, they're not too worried about too much risk and making mistakes, and here we go.
Darnold with an eye behind him. Robbie Utes in front of Zach Charbonnet. A couple of tight ends off to the right of the right tackle. Now Elijah Arroyo goes in motion to the left. Toss left to Zach Charbonnet. He runs through a Blake Cashman arm tackle at the 20-yard line. And Charbonnet gets out of bounds at about the 18. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Hey, by the way, give joy to local families in need by donating to the Salvation Army. Donate at salvationarmynorth.org. Now, by the way, is the perfect time to score the Hyundai car or SUV you've always coveted. See your Twin Cities Hyundai dealer today. And Vikings fans, enjoy the games with Pothole Pizza, only from Quick Trip. Available now also at U.S. Bank Stadium. 2nd and 6 from the Vikings 17. Darnold under center, goes back to Charbonnet, and he runs through a Levi Drake Rodriguez, missed tackle to the 10-5, a touchdown. Zach Charbonnet, who has left the Minnesota Vikings punch drunk. It's 25-0 Seattle.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because people are going to see this score, and you got Josh Metellus coming off the field. Looks like he got his shoulder nicked up, so keep an eye on him. But yeah, you're gonna see the score and think that they were just rolling on the Vikings defense, when in reality the Vikings defense played so well.
Right.
And I mean, they just kept getting turnovers and putting that defense back on the field. So the breaking point was hit, and an arm tackle turned into a touchdown.
Myers, 26-0, extra points good. 9-11 to go in the 12th game of the season. The 8-3 Seahawks 26, the 4-7 Vikings 0. Back shortly on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network, driven by Polaris.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
If you're in the market for a used vehicle, click on carswapusa.com. We offer easy financing, complimentary oil change, and if you need it, we can deliver it. Speaking of carswapusa.com, you can browse hundreds of vehicles from your home. If you're ready to buy a premium, hand-picked, late model, low mileage used vehicle, then check out your options at carswapusa.com. We deliver whether you're buying or selling. Make CarSwap your first stop. CarSwap, a car for everyone.
This Minnesota Vikings season, touchdowns are great, but sacks are better. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Vikings get 2 or more sacks in a game. This Sacks for Wings promotion is valid 3 days after each qualifying game at participating Buffalo Wild Wings throughout Minnesota and surrounding areas. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including new happy hour and late night offers throughout football season at your local B-Dubs, a preferred sports bar of the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, Vikings fans, are you ready to grow your own Super Bowl team? GPAC has 34 years in the recruiting game, and we're here to help you source top talent across multiple industries nationwide. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit gogpac.com today. That's GOGPAC.com. GPAC, your friends in South Dakota and proud supporters of the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings and go GPAC.
Wolves back.
Fire at the buzzer and hit it!
Hear the howl live tonight on the Minnesota Timberwolves channel on the free iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, baby!
The Seattle Seahawks have a 26-0 lead over the Minnesota Vikings with 9:11 to go in the game. And most recently, they go 6 plays, 32 yards, 3 minutes, 41 seconds. A 17-yard touchdown run by Zach Charbonnet. And for Charbonnet, that's his 8th touchdown this year, all by land. Third-year back from UCLA. Quite the talent. Jay Ward with a 15-yard penalty on the extra point. And now Myers kicks a dribbler to the right side.
Out of bounds.
I believe it bounced before the landing zone. So we have a flag.
No, if it goes out of bounds, it should go out to the 40.
Right.
That depends on
The kick did not land in the landing zone. Therefore, the ball we placed at the 25-yard line in this situation. First down.
Okay.
Yeah.
To half the distance bit. That's sweet.
Yeah. Wonderful.
First and 10 from the 25 for Max Brosmer.
Well, for people not during the TV timeout, he had a personal foul on Jay Ward after the PAT. So another special teams penalty. That's, I believe, the third one of the day.
Wow.
For that group. And, those little things are all stacking up.
Max Brosmer out of the shotgun. Jordan Mason to his left. High snap. from Juergens replacing Kelly. Handoff Jordan Mason, spins away from a Seahawk between the hash marks at the 30, gets to the 35, taken down at the 36-yard line. A run of 11 by Jordan Mason and a Vikings first down. And we have a Minnesota Viking down holding his right knee. It's Jordan Mason. A day that Aaron Jones was hit legally, but very violently in the third quarter, and he dropped the ball, and he hasn't returned, and he won't return, and now Mason's holding his right knee. Other than that, Miss Lincoln, that was the play.
Yeah, we're getting another chance to see what happened here, and hopefully it's just a helmet to the knee. It didn't look like anything where he was planting or anything like that, but we need all the running backs that we can get. Dropping like fly. And it's time of possession. The Vikings 18 minutes and 47 seconds. Seattle 32:02.
Yeah.
And again, you're going to look at this box score and see 26-0 and underestimate how well his defense played today.
Mason gets up and is running off under his own power. That's good news. Interestingly, off what you just said, during the Vikings 3-game losing streak, couple of offensive common threads. One during the previous 3 games, 8 of 34 on third down. They're 1 of 8 today. Time of possession for the adversary, 36-24 for the Vikings. Today it's 32-18 Seattle.
And the other thing too, Paul, you came into this game down 2 linemen. Now Ryan Kelly goes down. Michael Juergens is in at center. So 60% of the offensive line is not there.
Addison in motion to the right, back to the left outside of Jefferson. Brosmer looks that way, throws that way, caught Jordan Addison at the 43-yard line. He'll run to the 45, make it the 47, and he'll run his way to an 11-yard catch and run and a Vikings first down.
And nice job by Brosmer putting that football right where it needs to be. Brosmer, 3 interceptions today, 1 for a touchdown, which is kind of ill-advised, being chased down on 4th down, trying to make something happen. The other 2, just tips and overthrows, just barely. So I think Brosmer has looked pretty solid today.
Brosmer out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it to Xavier Scott. Tried the left side, angled it up the middle. Ernest Jones IV, playing the game of his life, smacks him after a run of 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Ernest Jones IV, 5th year from South Carolina. 2 interceptions, meaning he has 5 on the season. One of them went 85 yards to the house until Zach Charbonnet's 17-yard rushing touchdown, the last Seattle possession. It was the only touchdown in the game for a long time, like 3.5 quarters, and we have 7:30 to go in this one. 26-0 Seattle. Jalen Naylor in motion to the right. Max Brosmer shotgun. He's going to throw right. Jordan Addison had it, tried to run before he could bring it in, dropped it, incomplete, and now it's going to be 3rd down, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Paul, you mentioned all the different changes and really how this group is playing today, and never offensively got into a rhythm. Right? We got away from the running game quickly. The defense doing a great job holding this Seattle team to field goals. We got Darnold definitely off of his football game. His numbers are way off as well. So there's a lot of good that's gone on.
3rd and 6. 2-man rush. Make it 3 by Seattle. Brosmer throws right. Caught by Addison in front of the Seattle bench at the 41. They needed 6 and got 8. So that's a first down. Trailing 26-0. You're not going to win the game. So find a way to not get shut out for the first time in 18 years, okay? Brosmer out of the shotgun. Jordan Mason's back in the game. That's good news. 26-0 Seattle. Less than 7 minutes to go. Max Brosmer, undrafted from Minnesota. He's out of the shotgun. They're going to hand it to Mason with room up the middle across the 40, 35. Gets to the 30. Spins on the Seahawk at the 20. Drives his way to the 16-yard line. So it's a 25-yard run for Jordan Mason and a first down for the Minnesota Vikings. Flag comes in late as Justin School and Michael Juergens.
Blake Brandel ran down there and just started pushing the pile. But it was way after all of that happened.
Yeah.
So this could go against the Seahawks. We'll see how this thing ends up. Yeah, it's going to. I think get another chance to look at it. Brandon Peely came in and just threw a forearm.
Wow.
On Brandel. So that should probably draw a lot of money out of his pocket on Monday. Here we go.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 64.
Wow.
Got penalty enforced from the dead ball spot. First down, Minnesota.
Are you kidding me on that?
What? So Brandel, the way you made it sounded like Brandel started it.
But yeah, he's pushing the pile. He's not down yet. And then Healy comes in with a forearm shiver
to his helmet.
Right to his face.
Yeah.
Look at, they got the camera on him. Everybody was looking at him thinking, all the TV guys are thinking, yeah, okay, it's Peely. He's going to get fouled and fined, but they're going to call it on Brandel.
Blakeman and his crew are reconverging.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. It should be offsetting at least.
So, Cleet, what's up, Cleet?
They're still saying it's a first down.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great. That's fine. But, I mean, seriously.
29.
Now they're escorting somebody out of the game.
Josh Jobe, they're making him leave the game.
Was he down or?
No idea.
What's going on here?
Well, for Josh, it's a sad story from the book of Job, and about the only thing negative that's happened to Seattle today outside of Sam Darnold's play when he throws the ball.
I think he was part of the Kobe Bryant interception. Got his arm in there, tipped that football up. So
yeah, Job's going into concussion protocol.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Let's get
Here
points.
we go.
All right.
Let's go.
6.5 minutes to go in the game, trailing 26-0. First and 10 from the Seattle 32. Addison in motion to the right. He slot right. Jefferson outside of him. From under center, handoff Jordan Mason. And with a head of steam, heads up the middle across the 30. It'll be a run of 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I wouldn't be angry as Devin Witherspoon comes in for Josh Jobe. You're going to take a shot at him, right? Might as well throw one deep.
Well, they just put in a Ty Okada, third year from Montana State, an East Ridge High School product out of Woodbury, Minnesota. Had a chance to meet his father and his sister on the sideline before the game. And they're avid listeners to the KFAN Vikings audio network. And their son, Ty Okada, just checked into the game. Brosmer, 2nd and 6 from the Seattle 28, four-man rush. Brosmer throws to Addison, and it's intercepted by Reek Woolen, and here he comes. 15-20, heads to the right, shakes a tackle of Will Fries at the 30, heads to the center. Now he dropped it, and it's up for grabs at the 37-yard line.
Goodness.
So, I mean, I think the Vikings recovered it. Yes, they did. So they're going to have it 1st and 10 from their own 37 in serendipitous fashion.
Wow.
I mean, Addison was open, but I think Reek Woolen sucked Brosmer into that pass, jumped the route, picked him off. 4 picks today for the undrafted Brosmer. But then Reek Woolen drops it.
There was a fumble at the end of the play recovered by Minnesota. It'll be their ball, 1st and 10 from that spot.
Let's go down to Ben Lieber.
You guys, Naylor,
yep.
He waited for him, lined him up as Woolen's cutting across the field and just torpedoed right into his midsection and knocked the ball out and then recovered the football himself. That was a studly play.
Well, that's one way to cut into the take gift that's been so bad this year. Throw a pick, then cause a fumble and recover it. All right, we'll take it. 1st and 10 from the Seattle 37. 26-0 Seattle. High snap to Brosmer from Juergens. He'll flip right to Xavier Scott. Zay in front of the Seahawks bench to the 35. Gets to the 30-yard line. That's where he stopped. It's a run of 7 by Xavier Scott with 5.5 minutes to go in the game. And make it a run of 5. So 2nd and 5. 26-0 Seattle. Once again, the Vikings have not been shut out in a game since Atlanta. Oh, we have a flag on this? Are you kidding me? Even a 5-yard run is nullified?
I don't know. They're marching it back, too, so I don't know what.
Okay, well, I mean, Cleet can go ahead and tell us any day now.
Wow. Looks like it's on Brian O'Neill.
Oh, wow.
They're going to call a hold on Brian O'Neill.
Okay.
But I don't. Against the most, so didn't quite see it, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's what they think. And here we go.
1st and 20 from the Seattle 47. Minnesota desperately trying to not get shut out for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Brosmer, shotgun, takes the snap from the Seattle Seahawks logo. The throw over the middle caught T.J. Hawkinson at the 42. Hit very, very hard by several Seahawks. Gain of 6, maybe 7. Make it about 2nd and 13 4:55 and counting to go in the game. And remember, the Seahawks is down.
It's Ernest Jones. He's covered more ground than Lewis and Clark today, so he's probably cramping up considering he was off last week. Teammates taking a knee. I don't know. Might be something different.
2 interceptions for Ernest Jones today. Seattle at 8-3.
Hey, Paul, to go back to the last interception that Brosmer threw, it's one of those things where you got to get a little bit more touch on that thing.
I thought Addison had it for a touchdown.
Yeah, Reek Woolen just, he fell in back underneath it, and the only thing you can really do as a quarterback is get some height on it and get it over the defender. So Reek Woolen did, it's a veteran move. That was a hell of a play and interception to fold himself back underneath. But as Brosmer, we're breaking in another quarterback right in front of our eyes. So hopefully Brosmer can learn from that and continue to get better.
2nd and 13 from the Seattle 40. Vikings ball, 4:45 and counting to go in the 12th game of the season. Next, Brosmer, who's thrown 4 interceptions, back to pass, and he is going to be sacked. Back by the 50-yard line. It is a Seattle Seahawks sack by Byron Murphy II. He now has 7 this season. It's a loss of 8. So they're back to the 48, which means you're looking at don't laugh, it's only 3rd down. But it's a 65-yard Will Riker try if you try it from here. I'm just trying to get points, man.
Right? Dare I say that's routine,
right?
Riker, but yeah. So you're not in 4-down territory here. I agree with you on that, Paul. Is try to at least get some points on the board.
Yeah, because you're not going to win the game. 26-0 Seattle. Minnesota 2 of 9 on 3rd down. Pass left to Jefferson. Caught at the 45. Dives ahead inside the numbers to the 40-yard line. Gain of 8 on 3rd and 21. So now it's 4th and 13. And
here we go. We're going for it.
And we're going to go for it. Okay, on 4th and 13. Having not been shut out in nearly 2 decades, be damned.
Yeah, and Paul, we went for it on 4th down on our own, 12-yard line a little bit earlier, so it's not like we weren't in field goal range a number of times.
Right, but this is near the end of the game, and you're down 26.
Yeah.
Brosmer, 4-man rush. Drake Thomas got through, and Brosmer sacked at the 49-yard line. Drake Thomas was the one that forced that. I don't believe he'll be credited with the sack. I think that probably will go to Uchenna Nwosu, 9th year from USC, which means he'll have 6.5. And there's 3:10 to go in the game, and we're trailing 26-0.
Another blitz by Drake Thomas, and blitzing right up the middle. C.J. Ham needs to pick him up and just didn't get enough of him, which got Brosmer off of his spot and allowed Nwosu to come in for the sack. So
Drew Lock's in the game.
Yeah, no points on the board on that drive. And we had opportunities, but we stuck with it, going for it on 4th down.
Yep.
Which has been consistent the entire game.
Yeah.
It's a tough one because again, we're down 3 offensive linemen by this point in the game.
Right.
And defensively, I really think that this team has played a gem of a game.
Drew Lock's in at quarterback. Your running back, former Viking Myles Gaskin. And Gaskin gets the carry left side. His former teammates, Dallas Turner and Blake Cashman, run him down after a gain of 2. That'll make it 2nd and 8, approaching the 2-minute warning. Myles Gaskin.
Yep.
Signed recently by Seattle, 7th year from Washington, played 7 games with the Vikings in 2023 and 2024. He scored 0 touchdowns with the Minnesota Vikings. And Kenneth Walker III, Zach Charbonnet, Jackson Smith and Jigba, A.J. Barner. All your favorite Seahawks, including Sam Darnold, are on the bench watching their 8-3 Seahawks blow out the Minnesota Vikings. Gaskin, stutter step right. Jonathan Allen throws him down at the 49-yard line. And that'll be no gain. So it's 3rd and 7 with 2:15 and counting to go in the game. And we're going to get to the 2-minute warning here.
Paul, look at these numbers, man. I mean, Darnold, 67.5 rating.
Yeah.
He was averaging 106.2 going into this.
Right. I mean, Flores and his defense won the battles against Darnold, but Darnold won the war because he's going to win the game. 26-0. Back shortly on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Hey, friends with food allergies, life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Why do we gather for the holidays? We gather because, in the blur of life, we often take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, our loved ones, and cherishing the simple moments of joy. We gather to choose gratitude. Have a blessed gathering this Thanksgiving from all of us at Shields.
Edmonton Oilers, Tuesday at 8 on the audio home for Wild Hockey. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
2 minutes to go in the 12th game of the year. The Minnesota Vikings will fall to 4-8. Seattle improves to 9-3. Still in second place in the NFC West, despite the LA Rams losing to the Carolina Panthers today. Each team will be 9-3, but the LA Rams beat Seattle a few weeks ago. And it's 3rd and 7 for Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks. Miles Gaskin, the tailback, Elijah Arroyo in motion. They're going to run Gaskin right on 3rd and 7. Levi Drake Rodriguez will thrust him out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a run of 3, maybe 4.
It looks like Brady Russell found his shirt. He got out there on the field, so he's getting a little bit of play. Good for him.
Yeah, that Brady Russell plays defense and offense for the Seattle Seahawks. Clock runs. No reason to stop it. The Vikings will have a puncher's chance after this Michael Dixon punt, unless maybe Miles Price gets to the house, to not be shut out for the first time since November 11th of 2007. That's 294 games, and they're trailing 26-0. Clock runs, 15 on the play clock. McDonald and the Seahawks perfectly content to let that play clock run right down to 2. Snap the ball with less than a minute to go. And Dixon lets the punt fly. It's a sidewinding punt that takes a nice Seattle bounce. Is knocked back into play at the 1. And the Vikings, to not get shut out, if they want a touchdown, they're going to have to go 98 yards in 51 seconds. Or maybe they can get 30 or 40 yards and shoot. Let's let Will Riker try a 70-yard field goal to avoid this shutout thing.
Yeah, why not? And again, the shutout thing is self-inflicted in a lot of ways, going 4-on-4 down a couple of times in field goal range. So we had opportunities to try the field goal, but not able to do so. So, yeah, I mean, take a look at Mike McDonald now and what he does when he goes against the quarterback for the first time.
Yeah. What is he, 4-0
He's
now?
4-0 now,
Yeah.
making their first start.
Yeah.
Well, he's dropping the average to about 10 points per game, but 9 interceptions in those 4 games.
Rosemer, Xavier Scott up the middle, 5'10", taken down at the 12. That'll be a run of 10 yards, close to 10, maybe 9. Clock runs, 40 seconds to go in the game. This game was produced by Chad Abbott and Chris Hockey. On-site producer-engineer Jared Wells. Master Control Supervisor Zach Halverson. Production Coordinator Diego. Highlight Coordinator Zach Halverson and Max Fuller. And Mike Mussman will have the post-game show, which includes Kevin O'Connell's post-game press conference. And then after that, Vikings fan line, Derek Nordquist and Ron Johnson taking your talkbacks and your phone calls and your texts. And that's going to do it. The Minnesota Vikings have been shut out in a football game for the first time since 2007. 26-0 Seattle. For Ben and Pete, I'm Paul. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody.